Apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? You are tuned in to Apartment 5B podcast hosted by your man Kill. As always, packed house in the building. Y'all know I never know where to go first when Porsche ain't here, so we're going to start with my brother out of Philly, Trey Lee. What's going on, good brother?
All is well, man. Good to be here as always. Salute to everybody in the room.
No doubt. My brother Vegas from Brooklyn. What's going on, good brother?
What up, man? Chillin', man. Representing my man Jay, High Voltage Comedy, a.k.a. Woods. Shit, I'm going in the wrong place.
No doubt. Y'all up on me, Vegas Project. Woods has been on every project, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's been on every project. Yeah. MC turn comedian or comedian turn MC is dope in both of them. So definitely check out my man Woods. My man Jake out of Boston. It's been forever, good brother. How you been, man?
Man, I've been great. Thank you for having me on. It's been a long time. It's been a crazy year, but I'm here. Appreciate
Dope to see you, good brother. Yo, next up, we got my man Sean Torrey out of Baltimore. What's going on, good brother?
Peace, family. I'm good, man. Glad to be here amongst the brothers. And it's going to be a lovely night, man. Thanks for having me on, beloved.
No doubt. And then we also got his DJ, Cam One, in the building. What's going on, good brother?
What's up, y'all? Just chilling out here in Baltimore on this nice Thursday night.
All right, no doubt. We got my man Rel out of Philly over here to the side. What's going on, Rel?
What's good? Peace, man. Happy to be here again, as always.
No doubt. Y'all already know what it is. The Apartment 5B podcast is... What are we, Rel? We are sponsored by... It's been a long day, y'all. It's been a long day. We are sponsored by the Sophisticated Scenario Game. Yo, me and Rel, we was all on here last night to like midnight playing this joint because I'm a sore loser and I kept losing. So I kept saying, we gotta keep playing, and I still ain't won. The game is fun, it's dope. Pick it up at SoWhatGames.com. Use the promo code Apartment5B. You'll get free shipping. I'm gonna post the episode we had with us playing Rel. This joint was dope, right, man?
Yo, I didn't want to stop playing because I didn't win.
Yeah, like literally, if folk didn't have jobs, I would have kept us up here till like 4 in the morning. Like, I kept losing, and it was like, yo, this shit is no fun. And then we lost to JR. JR won twice. Like, how
twice? The R&B dude.
Right, the R&B dude won twice, like back-to-back chips. But it was like we was already on our 5th game. It was midnight. Niggas had to go to work. I was like, all right, cool, but definitely a dope game. Next up, before we get started, definitely shout out to brother Tracy Lee. Just got My Glory, the manuscript, in the mail the other day. Dope album, followed up with dope merch, followed up with a dope book. Trey, why don't you talk a little bit about, because we're going to get into this even more at the end, but just tell them a little bit about this joint right here that you got, man.
Oh, man, thank you, brother, first of all, for the purchase, man, and the support, man. Really, it was, just an idea that we came up with regard to being able to extend the album. So we put out the album first, and then it was like, because, we don't get the lyrics inside of the album anymore because everything is digitized and digital and all that good stuff. It's like, I thought this would be a great way to package the lyrics also with journal entries for each song as well as photography and put it together in a nice way that we can roll it out and continue the life of the album itself. So you have Glory that's available on all streaming platforms, and now you have Glory, the manuscript, which gives you a peek behind the curtain of the mindset of where I was when I wrote this album.
All right, no doubt. I also got to shout out my man Brizz's book, Air Hustling. This joint right here is dope for me because, a lot of producers nowadays, we're forced to become engineers. And back in the day, we just used to have to make the beat, somebody rhyme, and then we get somebody else to mix. But with everybody having home studios and everything like that, producers are now being forced to become engineers. That's not my bag. I'm the first to admit that. I'm not the best at mixing. I will mix by necessity, but it's never been something like, yo, like, I'm nice at that. But this book right here, I can't even get through it because Briz will be on talking about something, and I'm like, all right, let me try that real quick. You know, you can see it's an easy, quick read. It's not like a big, Pro Tools for Dummies book that's like 800 pages. And a little background on my man Briz, he was the engineer for Cool and Dre from like 99 to like maybe 2018.
Oh, wow.
So through all those Cool and Dre years,
Bangers.
he was their go-to engineer. So just to co-sign on this, you can pick this up at earhustlermedia.com. Another thing before we get started, if y'all don't know this about me more than anything, I always want to support people. You know what I mean? I want to support people with what they do. So this is one of the few times before we get started, we shouting everything out. Sean Teray, you got a new single out. Tell them about the single real quick before we get started.
Yo, thanks again. The name of the single is That Blackness. It's on all streaming services right now. And man, it's a song basically representing brown and black people globe. We needed a song, I felt like, coming from the hip-hop diaspora to represent black people. A lot of different things happening in the world right now that's challenging us and our quality of life. And so we just felt like, in the spirit of our people, the spirit of hip-hop culture, we had to come with a song called That Blackness. And it's a single on the album coming out in a few months. We got features from Razzcast, Sadat X from Brand Nubian, and a few other luminaries. And man, it's just, the single's doing very well. And much love to everybody out there that's purchasing it and streaming it. And Cam One, he's the engineer on the song. I produced the song and wrote it. Cam mixed it. And sound engineers are an essential piece to making beats, as we all know, as Kill was just talking about. And so, there's no me without Cam One. He puts the magic dust on it to make the beat sound good, man. So,
Absolutely.
We're gonna do a show about that because I've always said Primo don't sound the same since he started rocking with Eddie Sancho. Like, I don't know what that magic was, but it something is off. I ain't saying it ain't there all the way, but it ain't what it was when they was in D&D. My brother Vern out in Atlanta. What's going on, good brother? Thing Vern stuff. All right, so this is what we get into tonight real quick before we even get started. All I want to know from everybody real quick, what is your favorite posse cut in hip hop? And then what is your favorite feature in hip hop? So maybe your favorite posse cut is Buddy from Native Tongues. Your favorite feature was AZ on Life's a Bitch. So Cam One, let's get started with you. What's your favorite posse cut? What's your favorite feature?
All right, so everyone has Scenario on their list. So I was trying to think.
No, bro. This is all about what you like. Even if all say Scenario, we all say Scenario. But whatever your favorite is.
So I'm saying that Scenario is too easy. So I'm gonna say Brooklyn Dodgers.
Which one?
Brooklyn.
The first one.
Yeah. Now, the second one is a killer too, but the first one just holds the place in my heart because it came out first. All
right. And then what's your favorite feature?
My favorite feature is Ghostface from Raekwon, Criminology.
Criminology. All right, no doubt. Sean Teray, what's yours?
Woo! Yo, I thought he was about to say mine. I'm about to say you're fighting. But mine, the joint I have to bite off a man. It would definitely have to be Scenario. Right. And the feature, my feature, I don't know if you can call it a feature, but I'm gonna call it a feature, and that's Ghostface on the Wu-Tang Forever joint, Impossible. The verse on Impossible he spit, I think it's one of the greatest verses ever written, in my opinion, man. So it would be Ghostface on Impossible.
All right, no doubt. Jake, what about you?
I got my favorite posse cut is 1-2 Pass the Mic off the D&D project produced by Preem. It's got Mad Lion, Dougie Fresh, Fat Joe, Smith & Wesson. I think J-Ru on there.
Yeah, J-Ru's on there. J-Ru and
it was just one of those songs, what is, like Scenario, obviously great, and obviously, there's so many classics, but that one just still excites me. Favorite feature is Crumb Snatcher's verse on Make 'Em Pay on Moment of Truth, because so he's a Massachusetts guy, which obviously I'm going to be biased towards that, but almost everybody I talked to, that verse came out of nowhere. It might be one of the best verses on the album. and it's not even his. You know what I mean? It's not his album. But that verse took me out, man. I love this.
He killed that.
Never came out.
All right. No doubt. What about you, Ralph?
I'm gonna go with the first posse cut. Like as a kid, I really liked, and it was "Don't Curse."
Okay.
With Have, Kane, Coolzy Rap, Tip, so Grand Pool, CL Smooth, that was my joint, man. That was it was so funny when I saw the title "Don't Curse," but I saw Coolzy Rap on it. I said, I don't know how this man works. He made it work, and my favorite feature is Nas on Verbal Intercourse.
All right.
Off Ray Joint,
All right, Verbal Intercourse. All right, what about you, Vag?
Favorite posse cut scenario remix. I didn't think it could get better.
Kid Hood.
But it did that beat. Kid Hood setting it off. Like it was just one of them joints where I was like, wow, this is. I didn't think they could top the first one. You know what I'm saying? And it was a different vibe too. Favorite features probably LL Cool J on Rampage, EPMD.
Good one.
Probably because I never heard LL rap like that up until that point. Obviously, Mama Said Knock You Out came out afterwards. But I was just like, damn, I think LL got better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even remember Eric Sermon and PFD verse after Henry's joint.
Right.
No disrespect, but you know, it just hit me like that. So that's probably my favorite.
And the funny thing is, I didn't know this for years, but they said that he was dissing them on their song. Yeah, like that there was some issue or something that LL was dissing them on their song. I think Eric Sermon was talking about that or something. Like he dissed us on our own shit. Like, so that just makes his verse even better than what it was.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it again now.
Right, you know what I mean? Trey, what about you? What's your favorite posse cut?
I think it's safe to say I'm the OG on the panel, so I'm going with the first. I'm going with the first joint. I'm going with the symphony. I'm going with.
No, I was gonna say that.
I'm going with G-Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Master Ace, Craig G. I mean, it's that shit. That's the predecessor. That's the set off for all posse cuts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Right.
And then
what's your favorite feature?
I mean, shit. While we here, it got to be big. You're gonna keep your hands out.
There you go.
There
you go.
You know what I'm saying? While we here, you know what I mean?
Can't disagree with that one.
That's dope. Yo, the funny thing and I always tell the story, I got it from Check the Technique by Brian Coleman, that Shan was supposed to be on the symphony. But at the time when they were recording it, Shan was like the biggest person in the Juice Crew. Because keep in mind, if it dropped in 88 and it recorded maybe in 87, so at that time, Shan was the biggest one. And Shan was like, yeah, I'll meet y'all at the studio. And then he just never came. Like, I ain't fucking with them no-name niggas. But he was supposed to be on it. And that's how Master Ace got on it, because Shan never showed up. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. Like, yo, we could have had a totally different symphony if MC Shan, showed up.
Thank God he didn't show up.
Right. Right. You know what I mean? Vern, what's going on with you, good brother? What's your
going on, good
people?
people? It caught me off guard, but of course I got a rep for ATL, so I'm going to watch for the hook.
Woo!
Love it. Yeah. And as far as feature goes, I got a tie. We go off with Fonte, but Pharaoh just, oh my God, he just destroyed that verse. And then I'm gonna go clap Ish up. Torre and Fonte just wiped his muddy boots on the white carpet on that mug, man. He just went stupid on that mug. Raised in the Molly Mall era, so you better call Saul and tell Saul to call Paul Bearers. Man, he just went stupid on that mug.
All right, no doubt. I'm like Vegas. I'm with the Scenario remix. When I heard that, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Who the fuck is Kid Hood? This nigga's rhyming like, this nigga don't sound like nobody in the native tongues. He sound like he just robbed everybody in the native tongues, to be honest with you. Because he wasn't none of that that peace vibe, and then that beat was just crazy. And I think my favorite feature is gonna be AZ on Nas's Life's a Bitch. To me, one of the dopest intros of a new MC coming out. All right, so what we doing this week is simple. I'm just naming different posse cuts and different features, and we just chopping it up about who you think had the best verse on it. So no harm, no foul, real simple. I am gonna be throwing a couple of asterisks in there, because it's a couple of things may be a little too easy. So I want folk to think. And even though I came up with these Word is Born of Jesus, I haven't listened to these songs again. So it's even off the top for me. I may not even be able to remember them. I was just going through my iTunes, writing stuff down. So again, we're going to start with something simple. We're going to go with Scenario, the OG one, but not including Busta.
Yep.
So if you take Busta out of the mix, who had the dopest verse on Scenario? I'm going to set it off. For me, it's Charlie Brown, man.
Charlie Brown.
I love Charlie. I love that. I mean, I know nobody likes Charlie, but the whole North Kakalaki, Compton, check it out. All of that stuff. I was like, Charlie kind of killed this. But I think Busta, when you hear Busta, it just erases everything. Like, I forgot who said it. Like, after they heard that verse, I think Vague said it. Like, after I heard that, I forgot what Eric and Parrish even said. So, it's a little hard because I think once you heard Busta's verse, you kind of forgot about what everybody said. So I'm going with Charlie Brown. Cam One, who do you have outside? Who ripped Scenario, not including Busta?
So I agree with Charlie Brown, but I think also Q-Tip, because when he comes in, he's just so smooth.
All right.
I mean, it gets you off guard, right? Yeah. It's like, all right, everyone's all rowdy. I'm just gonna come in and just shuffle, And when the video came out too, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
Yeah. Right. Q-Tip was a point guard on that joint. He was just passing off assists, letting everybody else go off. Yep.
All right, no doubt. Sean Terrell, what you got, brother?
Word. I like that. Vern, Tip is the point guard because Tip more than likely produced the beat, right? So he probably heard it and was like, "We need this on the joint." So I like that. But I'm gonna have to go with Charlie Brown, man. Charlie came with the energy, get the energy going and everything, and it's definitely gotta be Charlie.
All right, Jake, what about you, bro?
I like Tip because he smoothed it out, because Charlie's real rowdy. Busta was rowdy, obviously, at the end, but I liked how Tip's always something about his voice can go with anything, and it just smooths the whole joint out. Because if it was all rah rah rah, then Fife would be like overlooked tremendously, right? Just the way it came together with him smoothing out. I like, I give him the credit on that.
All right, no doubt. Rel, what you got?
Charlie Brown, man. That besides Busta, that was the most memorable verse to me. It had the most stuff that I could remember off the first time I heard it. Like, there was stuff that stuck in my head from his verse. But of course, besides Busta, but I think Charlie Brown for me had the best verse on it.
All right, Vay, what about you?
Fife, man. Bo knows this. Bo knows that.
Thank you, Vegas. Thank you. I'm sitting up here like y'all got it all wrong. Bo knows this. Bo knows that. Bo knows that. Because Bo can't rap.
What do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really surprised by Fife. I was like, damn, Fife is killing this. I think Fife is like, obviously I like everybody's verse. I think Dingo B verse is slept on. But I just kind of felt like when you walk away from it, of course Busta's the one that stand out. But I remember those Fife bars, like people were saying that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Bo knows joint. So for me it's Fife.
That's true. All right, no doubt. And Trey, you Fife too?
You know how I feel, man.
Right.
But what do you know? The did-all is first up the bat. No batteries included. And no strings attached. Come on, man. I mean, this is really easy for me, man. I no disrespect to Dinko, but flip, flap, 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 flip, flap, flip, flap, flap. How that sound? How that sound? Boo. They said, ooh, I said, boo, nigga.
All right, Vern, who you got?
I'm going C Brown on this one. I got to give him some love. Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. Next up the bat, we got AZ, Nas's Life's a Bitch with AZ. I want to say I think Nas got verse of the month, or either Nas or AZ. I forgot who it went to, but it was all the hoopla. Like how I think AZ got it. Nas got the verse of the month that month.
Yeah, unless they gave it to him both.
Nah, I think you're right because I think the hoopla was AZ's verse. I mean, it took me forever to even get the Nas's verse on Life's a Bitch because I just kept listening to AZ over and over and over and over again. You're right, Meg, it was because that's how I first remember hearing the whole buck that bought the lotto could have struck the lotto from the Source joint. Because I just never stopped listening to AZ. Like, it was like after AZ's verse, I just skipped right to the next song. I went right to The World Is Yours. Like, I totally forgot about Nas. So for me, I got AZ on Life's a Bitch. Cam, who you got? Life's a Bitch, Nas or AZ? Who killed it?
I mean, I think I would probably always say Nas, but yeah, I mean, that is probably one of my favorite AZ verses. You know what? I'm switching.
Okay.
I'm saying AZ.
All right. And here's the fun thing about this, y'all, because a lot of these are going to be, I'm 47 and my memory is going, so I don't remember a lot of these verses, you know what I mean? So you're going to be back and forth sometimes with, you know what, this, no, with that. All right, so you going with AZ?
Yes.
No.
All right. Is that's your final answer? Or would you about to go back? Like, it's like jumping, like, that's your final answer? All right, you going with A. Right. Is that your final answer? Sean, who you got, Sean Teray?
Yo, AZ, man, no doubt, man. Just the flow, the delivery, his voice, man. I don't think we at that moment had ever heard that kind of cadence before. It was beautiful, man. It was like listening to that saxophone or whatever that horn, whatever it was playing on the joint, man. It was a trumpet, yeah, Oludara. Yeah, man. I mean, man. It was like listening to like Miles play trumpet. It was just very melodic. I love the flow, man. It's a great feeling, and like you said, man, like I think Nas even sounds like he's high on the joint. You know, when you listen to him on the intro of the joint, like if you go back and listen, Nas sounds crazy high, man. So you know, but,
Right was.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's gotta be AZ.
All right, Jake, who you got? Nas or AZ?
AZ, because as a writer, is, you know, when that album came out, when I just started writing rhymes, and it was like, well, how the hell did he write that?
Right.
How the hell did he write realism of life and actuality? Fuck was the baddest, a person's status, the pencil sound. It's like, okay, so, you know, this is the lyrics, but I'm just like, well, I don't know how I could pack all those words in this space on the beat, and, you know, but Nas paints a better picture in the verse, honestly, but AZ is just, that's a killer verse. Even to this day, I will still be at the gym or mowing my lawn just reciting that verse over and over again, just being in awe of it, you know?
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I think that may be, for me at least, the dopest intro of a new MC. Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't think nobody knew who AZ was when we all brought it on, man. You know, or however we first heard it, I don't think anybody knew who he was.
We barely knew who Nas was.
True.
You know what I mean? Like we had heard things. We had heard Back to the Grill, again, or whatever the song's called, whatever, you know what I mean? But I barely knew who Nas was. I just knew I liked the single.
Right. All right, Rel, what about you? Nas or AZ?
If you'd have asked me this
and just for everybody watching at home, Nas is Rel's favorite MC. Like when we was playing this game last night, we had to draft MCs every time. Nas, like it didn't matter who was on the board. He was like Nas, no matter where it was. So Nas is his favorite MC. But who do you got, good brother?
I went back and forth on this because like initially like that AZ verse was just like crazy. Like when you first hear it, like you said, you don't even really get to Nas. You keep running that back. Like he really killed that. But I think Nas painted a better picture in his verse. Like Jake said, for me, like the imagery, I kind of see what Nas was talking about. You know what I'm saying, in his verse. But to be honest, overall, I think it was AZ. That was like, I mean, and that's not nothing to, you know, getting outshined on that song, because that's just an amazing verse to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the best verses I ever heard. So even though like I related to what Nas was talking about in his verse as a, you know, a teen or preteen coming up, like what he was talking about in his verse was more relatable. But as a total verse, AZ just killed it. That's like his magnum opus right there. So I don't want to take that away from him. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you got AZ. Veg, what about you?
I got AZ. I think with the Source Rhyme of the Month joint had me anticipating Nas verse, and you already read it, but you hadn't heard it yet. So I was kind of anticipating it when it came on, and then when I heard AZ verse, I was just like, "Oh shit! Like, who is this?" Like, because I had never heard of AZ, and just the wordplay, like the wordplay was just advanced. You know what I'm saying? We felt like Nas was advanced, but we kind of saw some of that coming with the singles and stuff like that. But AZ, like you said, this is his debut. This is the first time we hearing him. And like you said, it got to the point when I got to the Nas verse, because I had read it in the Source, the impact was less because of what I just heard from AZ, as far as the impression. Then plus, at that time, for me, it was a little difficult to separate the man from the artist. So like I was listening with like different ears, but instantly I could tell AZ shit was crazy. So it's AZ.
All right. Trey, what about you?
Unpopular opinion coming. So aside from the bar with Nas, this probably might okay, it's up there as one of my favorite bars in the rhyme when he said, "I switched my motto. Instead of saying fuck tomorrow, that buck that bought a bottle could have struck the lotto." That shit was crazy. Aside from, if you take that bar out of that verse, AZ washed.
Yes.
He washed him.
I agree.
And Nas's verse was hot. No, it was good. But AZ washed that man on that record. Unpopular opinion.
Nah, I feel you. Vern, who you got?
Wash is a strong word.
So until that day we expire and turn to vapors, me and my capers will be somewhere stacking plenty papers. AZ all day.
Right. It's funny because I wonder if Nas, how that worked, because you hear stories about like with Primo, he had the original represent, then he heard Pete's The World Is Yours, and then he went back in the lab and was like, "Nah, I gotta come up with something better." And people would hear each other's stuff. So I'm wondering if Nas heard AZ and then was like, "Oh, throw that away, like let me write something else," like, you know what I mean, something like that. So would love to hear that. Next up, Live at the Barbecue, but not including Nas.
I'm about to say that's Nas's revenge right there.
But not including Nas. So everybody wants to go with Nas usually when you talk about Live at the Barbecue. Veg, you brought up something that we used to always talk about in Philly a long time ago. I thought it was Akinyele, man. Like when me and my people started Akinyele, we was like, "Yo, just that whole, even though it seems whack now, at that time it was like, yo, what style is that?" Like, you know what I mean? Like hip hop at that time, for people watching who are younger, hip hop was almost on some karate type shit. Like you be about to battle somebody, you like, "Yo, what style is that? Like, what style is he coming with?" So when we first heard Akinyele, we was like, "Yo, like the nigga who snuffed Jesus was ill, but yo, this Ak nigga is dope too." You know what I mean? So for me, it's Akinyele. If you take out Nas, Cam, what about you? No Nas on Live at the Barbecue. Who killed that verse?
Wait, kill.
Yo.
Who the fuck else is on the song if you take out Nas?
Well, you still got Joe Fatal. You still got
Joe Fatal.
You still got Large Professor.
Hey, thank you, babe, because I'm doing research right now, babe.
Yeah, you said off with Nas.
We got Large Professor.
Yo, here's the funny thing, yo. I had to write down all the MCs. So just in case somebody said, "Well, wait a second, yo, if you take that, who else is left?" I'm like, I'm glad you asked that, good brother, because I got the answer right here. Because
honestly, that's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question. So I'm like, yo, this is why I wrote down everybody, because I'm like, somebody may be like, "Damn, well, if you take him out, I don't know who's left." So you got Joe Fatal, Akinyele, and Large Professor. Who you got, Cam?
I'm gonna say Large Professor.
Okay.
I don't like the Man at Jahambo part though.
Okay. All right. I totally understand. Short to Ray, who you got?
Akinyele, man. Akinyele, and just the unorthodox, approach he had to the joint, man. It was just typical Ak, so I gotta go with you on that, man. Sure.
Yo, I was like the person anticipating Akinyele's album. Like, I love this joint with that loud hangover with Sadat. Like, I love Akinyele, man. I love his first album. I love Vagina Diner, man. Like, I think that's a slept on classic right there. But Jay, who you got?
Well, yeah, I've got to go with Akinyele instead of Nas. If you can't pick Nas, that was, I haven't heard that style, like you said. So to get ready, just like down the. It was interesting, man.
All right, Rel, who you got?
I go with Akinyele as well. The style is a little dated now, but at that time, like, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I feel this. You know what I'm saying? The energy. And I too look forward to, you know what I'm saying, hearing more of his material. He had the song "The Bomb," right?
Yeah, "The Bomb." That was
crazy. That was my joint. Yeah. So
to me, that Vagina Donald was crazy, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Akinyele on that one.
All right, Veg, who you got?
I got Akinyele for the same reasons y'all said, man. It's like he stood out, like you said, with the styles. And his voice, you know what I'm saying? It kind of stood out from everybody else. So I thought his verse was dope.
All right.
Put his verse over Nas.
Okay. I mean, I know for me personally, I couldn't say you went to hell for snuffing Jesus for years. I'd be saying Nas part and I'd be like, I just couldn't even say it. I wasn't even a Christian at the time. I just was like, yo, this nigga snuffed Jesus? Like, I can't even repeat this. I can't walk past the church and say that. Trey, who you got? You got the look on your face like you coming out of left field with this. You about to say Joe Fatal?
Nah, hell no. Right. I'm about to say pick a card, any card. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't even care who won.
Yeah. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Trey.
Like, so if I gotta pick a card, I guess it's Lord Pro only because of one line. You say, because I'll milk your cow. In other words, I hit your heifer.
No, I'm with Vegas though. I'm with Vegas with the big old thing. Like, I had to explain this to my young boy. I was putting him onto the hit squad. He was like, yo, now this is a young dude. He may be, if I'm 47, he's 23. And he was like, yo, OG, come on. This nigga K Solo was spelling. I'm like, yes. His superpower was spelling. Right. Like, and he's like, yo, you try to tell me this was the dopest hip hop crew. Like, I get Rap Man, OG, but this nigga is spelling to me. Like, this nigga, like, and I'm like, bruh, it was 1990. Everybody had, if you just came with a different style, you were dope. Yes, he was just technically spelling.
He was spelling, but check it out, bro. When you go back and listen to that record, this motherfucker was spelling small ass words. Like 3 or 4
well.
SPELL, WELL, like yo, what?
Yo, but the crazy thing is spellbound. Like, I mean,
Spellbound was a shit though.
All words, but who wasn't banging Spellbound at the time?
Spellbound was a shit.
I get it.
Spellbound was a joint, yo.
Nah,
but it's just funny going back, looking at it, because hearing it from my young boys, like, God damn, you are right. This nigga is spelling to us. Like, he like in school or something? Like, this dude was dope? I'm like, well, he was probably the wackest one in the crew, but I mean, shit, Your Mom's in My Business was dope. I like K Solo's first album.
For those who don't believe it, can go to HELL.
Hey, you had to say, hey, he's keeping it simple. Like what Diamond say, keep it simple, stupid. You know, we couldn't ask for nothing big, you know.
Right.
The rapper in '84 was using some big words. The educated rapper was killing it on Roxanne.
Absolutely.
So, Vern, what about you, man? You don't care either,
who
right?
cares, man? Who cares?
All right.
That's right.
All right, next up, we got Slow Down by Brand Nubians. Classic song. One of the dopest songs ever. Who killed it on that? X. I got it off lovely. Hey, baby, your hips is getting big.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm going with Sadat X on Slow Down. Cam, who you got, brother?
I got Grand Puba.
Okay, can't be mad at that.
Jules Jingle from the Hot Singles.
Can't be mad at that. Sean Teray, who you got?
Yo, I gotta go with Sadat, man. I got to. Look, if I don't, I got him on a joint. He might not do one of those songs with me, so I got to.
That's right, bro. You got to play your political card, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm gonna charge you another G for that, man. You ain't respecting the God, man.
But yeah, man, the God, man, Sadat, man. I mean, just iconic. I remember, look, I remember hearing Sisters spit that verse when his voice came in, man, and it's like, you know. When you hear the Sisters quoting the MC at that time, and it was just the rhythm, his voice, his distinctive sound, his voice, man. It just sucked right in, man. So yeah,
this is a tough one, bro.
Yeah,
It really is.
And that Pooh verse was
Pooh killed it.
Yeah, he killed that.
Yeah.
Pooh was
All right,
killed
Jake,
for
who
that.
you got?
So I'm gonna go Scott.
Probably unpopular, but I seen you kind before. You're not original.
Mixed
up
individual. Yeah, man.
Lord, your mom, man. One of the
like
rare
that.
times I'll say that he had a I like his verse best out of anything, but you know, yeah.
I like that. I like that.
I ain't mad at that, bro. Who you got, brother?
I got Sadat X, man. And Puma was like my favorite out of the group or whatever, but on that drum, it's so funny what stood out for me from Sadat. He said the boy had a pair of sneakers. But he hit him behind the speakers.
You know, that's some crack shit. That's like, yo, you live with a crackhead, you gotta hide your shit, man. So, you know.
Yeah, and I felt that growing up where I came from, man. I felt that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with Sadat X, man. That was kill. That was a tough one though. Because nobody, all of them killed that.
Everybody brought their A game, bro, for real.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Greg, what you got, bro?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, man. Like, it's difficult because everybody knows that shit. But the crack men, they come up at my door. I don't smoke jump, so what they not for? Like I think his voice kind of puts him over the top for me because the way he just set that record off, I was just like, damn, this shit is hot, and the beat. Like, just by default, I'm going with Sadat.
All right.
And one thing I appreciate about Sadat X, like, I appreciate people that don't sound like nobody else. Like, he sounds, when you hear Sadat X, you know that's him. You can't be like, oh, that might be, you know it's him. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciated about him and other MCs, you know what I mean?
Right. It took me a while to get used to Sadat. Like, even with Concerto Next Mind, I used to not like that. Now I love it. Like, same thing with Free. When I first heard Freeway, and I didn't first hear him with what they do, but like before, like stuff in Philly, like I wasn't a big Free fan at first because it was like it took me a while to get used to his style, and now I love Free. So I agree with you on that. Trey, who you got, brother?
Smoking woo. Derek X, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Mr. Dot. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. Vern, who you got, brother?
Man, we did a show a couple of weeks ago about setting songs off. And hey, baby, man, bro, this song takes me back to freshman year Georgia State partying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dog. Woo. Hey, man, thank you, Kill. I'm in memory lane right now. I'm going with Sadat X, man.
All right. No doubt. Next up, we got Who Shot Ya, LL. We got Prodigy. We got Keith Murray. We got Fat Joe. We got LL. We got Foxy Brown.
You talking about I Shot You?
Yeah, I Shot You. I'm sorry. I always get those two mixed up. I Shot You, Who Shot You, I Shot You. I'm going with Prodigy, man. Prodigy to me just killed that joint, you know. And then when Primo brought it back for the Eagles, the Illuminati got my mind, soul, and my body. Like, you know, for a long time, I always said Keith. But then just throughout time, I'm like, yo, Pete just killed that verse, man. And the fact that I always wanted to know how they did that, because they had beef at the time. So were they in the studio at the same time? Did they do it differently at different times? But it seemed like they'd be on the video set at the same time, but I can't call that either. So I got Prodigy for that. Cam, who you got?
I got Prodigy too. It was super ill.
Yeah. Sean Teray, who you got?
Yo, P, man. Yo, I think P, before that, when we heard people talk about Illuminati, and even quoting like the FW Frauds and things like that, it was normally coming from like a backpacker type of rapper, right? I think P was like the first like gritty MC or hardcore kind of MC that really was dropping some science and like and dropping those kind of nuggets as far as the new world order kind of stuff was concerned. So, you know, yeah, but just the way he sparked it and just coming in classic P way is P with that for sure.
All right, Jake, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, Prodigy definitely killed it. But I will say that LL's verse was surprisingly dope for the time because, you know, he was kind of old school and I wouldn't say washed up because you could never call the man washed up, but it was definitely past his prime for me. But he kind of surprised me on it. But I think P had the best verse.
All right, bro, what you got?
This is another one of them ones, man, because I could point to moments in everybody's verse that's like memorable. You know what I'm saying? Keith starting it off and of course, Foxy. That was one of the first times we heard her, and Fat Joe's energy was crazy when he came in after P. You know what I'm saying? He now who the fuck you think you talking to? I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? And you know, and P's one of my favorites of all time, and I feel like he killed that. But I'm gonna go with LL only because like it was kind of you got all those heavyweights that are like more current than LL was at the time, and they all killed it. He could have got washed like bad, and he came on. You know what I'm saying? Female rappers too. I don't give a fuck, boo. Yeah, man. He got in his bag, and I like when he get in that bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give L the nod on that one.
All right, Vay, who you got?
Conversate with many men. It's time to begin again. Forgot what I already knew, friend.
Yeah, big
man. Like that shit spoke to me. Like everybody's verse was crazy because you know when the song come on, I recite everybody's verse. But that one, I felt like Pete was like, I'm talking to niggas who talk like this, and I was just like, damn, he killed that shit. Like, so for me, it's Prodigy. Like, Kill, you can't keep bringing. I'm gonna make a playlist off of this shit. I'm like, damn, I hear that shit. I'm like a hip hop crackhead right now.
Trey, who you got, bro?
Man, see, this is what this man does. Like most cats that get on records with people, the initial thing is to make a great record. But then when you on a record with people that you respect, but you're an MC, you go at them, right? And LL does that every single time. He was talking to niggas on that record. He was talking to all of them niggas, just like he does anytime he gets on the record with anybody. He talks to the niggas that's on the record. So that whole I don't give a fuck female rapper, that shit was directed straight at Foxy. And every other line on that shit was directed at all of them niggas on it. I'm telling you, I gotta give it to L. He does it every time he gets on a record with anybody. Big does too, though. I've heard stories of Big. He wants to make a great record, but he's trying to body the niggas that's on the record. Like, wow, with
I mean, yeah, you talk about that when y'all did Keep Your Hands High. Like that, he was coming at your head.
And he did the same thing with Jada and them, with fucking the Lox. When he got on the record with them, he was coming directly at them niggas, but he was trying to make a great record at the same time. So I'm going with L.
All right, Vern, who you got?
I'm going old school. Gotta go with L. Every time they try to count him out, he's like, "Oh, bet, okay, I got one for you." That's L. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go off. This ain't too off. Stranded on Death Row. You got Corrupt. You got Ray. You got RBX. Yo, I gotta go with Corrupt, man. One thing I think anything that Corrupt is always on. He says something like, you know, you want to pop shit, so what the fuck is stopping you? Like, yo, Corrupt, like in that beat, like that's just one of my favorite great beats. Like the whole cell block opening, and then the way they like. You know, like everybody, but I gotta go with Corrupt on that. Cam, who you got for Stranded on Death Row?
I got Corrupt too. I mean, you know, everyone else is nice, but I think Corrupt was one of the ones that resonated with me the most. Always, I wasn't super huge into West Coast stuff, but I always mess with Corrupt.
All right, Sean Teray, who you got?
RBX, man.
Ooh,
energy, man. Yeah, man. RBX, energy. Yo, he murdered that, man. I'm telling you.
Like, the whole voice and everything, man.
I'm the inventor.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear more RBX with Dre, man. I'm sorry they didn't make more records together, but when I heard that, I said, yo, this dude official, yo. Like, yo, so RBX.
All right, Jake, who you got?
I'll be honest with you, I don't even really know that song. I might have heard it once or twice, but
all right, it's all good.
Whenever it came to Dog Pound stuff, yeah, Corrupt was always to me the most lyrically sound dude in the whole Dog Pound thing. You know, Snoop's lyrics obviously there, but it was more his voice and style and delivery. Corrupt always killed it. So,
yeah. You know, all right, no doubt. Bro, who you got?
I got Corrupt, Young Gotti. Corrupt was, especially for us East Coast dudes. He was the one that was, you know how it was coming up where we from, you know what I'm saying? He was the one that was the easiest to, I can't think of the word. He was the easiest one to receive from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, he's originally from Philly, but his flow and everything, like I think he was the one that I really liked first, you know what I'm saying? I could really get into as a lyricist, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Corrupt on that, John. Even though RBX stands out, he was so different to me. Like he killed, but I'm gonna go with Corrupt.
All right, Greg, who you got?
I got Corrupt, man. Just the way he set that shit off, the whole stranded on death row to duck when I swing my shit. I was like, yo. I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, like you said, because the beat, you hear like the jail bars slam as soon as he say, so duck when I swing my shit, and then so what you saying, sample come in there, and I'm just like, holy shit. Like, one thing I want to say about that record, especially on that album, it's a classic album, it was so surprising to hear a beat like that and then just kill that shit like that.
Exactly.
It was the type of beat you didn't expect to hear on that album after all the other songs on there. But yeah, man, Corrupt, man, that was an Inspector Deck level like triumph intro for me. You know what I'm saying? Where I was like, I'll get to the rest of y'all. But goddamn, I gotta rewind. And Bushwick Bill set it up nice too.
Yeah. Bushwick was definitely a dope intro on that. Trey, what you got, bro?
I mean, this is one of my top 5 posse cuts of all time, man. This joint right here is just, and all of them killed it, mind you. And I really want to go with Home Team. I really want to go with Corrupt. I really do. But it's a tie between RBX and the Lady of Rage.
Yeah, Rage killed it, man. Everybody killed it, but Rage.
Everybody killed it, but it was like, yo, I'm such a big fan of Rage, though. Like I just wish we would have got more out of her, cause she is just so ill. Her rhythms, her patterns, her voice, all that shit. Let me loosen up my bra strap, like her swag, like all that shit is just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I mean that verse ain't go on this record. But I'm just saying, it's a tie between RBX and Rage for me. Corrupt. I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with shit.
Right. All right, Bart, who you got?
I'm picking RBX, man, because his voice is just so cinematic. I mean, it stands out among outstanding MCs on that verse. So I'm gonna go with RBX.
All right, no doubt. Feature right here, one of my favorite features, Shadowboxing, GZA featuring Meth. Who killed it better, Meth or GZA? I got Meth on this. I got Shadowboxing.
Come on,
Cam, what you got?
I might have to leave, man.
We just get started, good brother. I got a whole list.
Come on, you should have gave us the syllabus first, Kill, so we could study, man.
I wanted to be off the top. I wanted to be this stuff on here. I don't remember. Like I don't even remember. You know,
Can we get a playlist attached to this?
Yeah, you got it. I will send out the playlist attached to it. Cam, who you got, man?
Hold on. Can we do a what's the snake shit? Like, because it don't matter actually, because somebody up there might influence me to change my motherfucking answer.
All right, well, cool. You know what? I'll go backwards. So Vern, I just gotta go in some type of order. I'm gonna fuck this all up. So Vern, you set this off. We'll go backwards this time. Vern, who you got?
All right, I'm gonna set it off like Meth set it off on Shadowboxing. So that's my pick.
All right, Meth. Trey, who you got?
Fuck you, Kill. And I mean that. Shit. Fuck. This is bullshit. Yo, Vegas, who you got? Hold on.
It'd be like, yo, who you got first?
Pick me, but then also pick
him. But go back first.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna make a decision.
Beg, like I can't answer. I'm listening now.
I'm gonna make a decision. I'm going to GZA the Genius, man.
All right.
I'm going to GZA the Genius, man. That was tough, though. That was tough.
All right. Beg, who you got?
I got the GZA, man. shit he was saying, I like Meth on there, but the shit that Jizza was saying, man, it was just that wordplay was just ridiculous and so precise. Like I just like the way like Jizza articulates his words and shit. Like, you feel like you learning shit. It could be words you know. You just like, hell yeah, Jizza. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
you feel like a student, right? You feel like a student.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro, who you got? Meth or Jizza?
Yo, so I was on that song. I was so pleased to hear Meth, you know what I'm saying, on the song at the time. But I gotta go with Jizza, man. Yo, he that whole out, like he just, man, he's on. I actually listened to that album today, which is ironic that you brought this up. But yeah, he just got jewels after jewels after jewels after jewels. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he had a Ken Patera reference. And I was like, oh man, that's my man right here. You know what I'm saying? He referenced Ken Patera. Yo, I said, oh man, yeah. So while killed it, and his Meth kind of broke a little bit of the monotony of the album, you know what I'm saying? Like,
with the flow, right? With the flow. His flow's bananas, man.
Yeah, so it was delightful to hear. But when I listened back, man, Jizza was just in his bag on this song and on all the songs, really. So I'm gonna go with Jizza.
I mean, he's top tier. Like that motherfucker is top tier.
Yeah.
Hands down, man.
Definitely.
All right, Jake, who you got?
Genius. And what I've always liked about him is kind of like what Vay was saying is he articulates words. He's there's a lot of rappers that talk and make words. They twist the way the word sounds in order to make it rhyme, and that's kind of cool. It's got its own style, but I really feel like the Jizz is always just talking and making it rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just actual words. And stuff like my style broke motherfucking backs like Ken Patera, and also pulled out, round them off to the nearest third. You know, like just little.
Yes.
But that Meth verse was dope though, because at that point I had not heard Meth do that more laid back style. He was more like, hey, you, like round. And that was kind of like, He had that everybody talking like, He had that kind of like laid back flow to
it. He killed that. You know my steez.
Yeah, that whole song is fucking retarded. Now I gotta go because I gotta listen to that song.
Right.
Short exactly. What you got, man?
No, it's the Genius, man. It's the Jizza for sure, man. Just wordplay, the science, and just his ability to be able to construct lines in a way where he's bringing complexity in the actual content, but also just able to articulate and express in a good way, man. So it's the Jizza for me, man. On every joint on the album, but definitely on that joint right there.
All right, Cam, who you got?
I got Jizza also, and I say that because I always feel like Jizza is never trying to sell me something. He's always like trying to inform me on something, and he, talks in very scientific terms that I get. So I always appreciate that.
All right, let's go. Self-destruction.
Wow.
Let's go self-destruction.
No, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is the fun part. This is the no homework. This is class when your teacher be like, yo, it's a free day. Like, it's no homework. Yo, I got MC Light. I always love the MC Light's part. Yes, LL wrote the intro, Funky Fresh, Dressed to Impress, Ready to Party.
But she
yes,
delivered it.
She delivered it. He wrote the first intro bar because L at the time was being managed by Russell. Russell didn't want any of his artists on the song. That's why L was just in the video. So he wanted to do something with that. Light, he wrote Light's intro verse, but I love Light's part in that song. So my vote is MC Light. I'm going to keep it going the opposite way like Uno. Vern, who do you have for self-destruction?
Oh my God. Why you doing this to us, brother?
I already know who to say. I already know.
I was gonna say Light, but I'm gonna say halves at the door so there'll be no bum rush. Let's get together because we're falling apart. I heard them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with half.
All right, Trey, you look pissed at me as usual. So
I am pissed. I
understand. I understand.
I am pissed. I mean, I think the easy answer would be KRS-One, You know what I'm saying? Today's top 3, self-destruct. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm going with the closer. I'm going with Mariano Rivera of the record.
Okay.
Yes, we heard the bird. I mean,
the love of our people. Yeah, there we go. Chuck D. Yeah.
I'm going with the closer. I'm going with the finisher, man. I'm going with Public Enemy, man. Hey,
okay. All right.
Yeah, so we go to rap. Come on, man. Yeah.
I can't be mad at that. Hey, who you got, brother?
I'm going with Heavy D, man. It's probably mostly too for the video. Because I felt like Heavy D was his fucking hand motions. When he was saying shit, he was like, he was pointing everything so sharp. And I was like, yo, Heavy D mean that shit.
He killed that too.
Like, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He killed that.
And then you threw that.
I can agree with you. He killed
that.
That James Brown sample
in a verse. Like,
right.
Yeah. And I love how they incorporated that sample.
I got this was between light and heavy. I got Heavy D.
All right.
I got Heavy D.
Wow.
I like how what he was saying. It was, you know what I'm saying, easy for me to understand. It didn't come off preachy. It just was real. You know what I'm saying? They call us animals. I don't agree with them. I prove them wrong, but right is what you proving them. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in his bag, and during that time, like, you know what I'm saying, I was a huge Heavy D fan, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was pleased to hear him on the track, and I think that's enough. Damn, Kill. But now I'm like, Light said you ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for? Yo, I'm gonna go with Heavy D. I ain't gonna take
still to the point, yo, daddy, yo.
Damn, yo.
Fresh from
Yeah, I'm gonna
be like, yo.
I'm gonna stay with Hev, man.
Stay with Hev. All right. Jake, who you got, brother?
Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everybody. That's always. I mean, he's my favorite rapper, man, of all time. So that's an easy one for me.
All right, Sean Torre, who you got?
Yo, I'm like having aneurysms over here thinking about this. Why you doing this to me, man? Yo, want to go with Chris, man. Like,
okay.
It's Chuck and Flavor at the end. It's
there you go.
Yo,
there you go.
Just the way Lowe's is out, yo. It's just classic, and it's quintessential hip hop. It's Chuck being the superhero, and Flav being the sidekick, the accents, the flavor.
Yes.
No pun intended. It's beautiful. It's classic. So yeah, Chuck and Flav. P.E.
Cam, who you got, man?
So I was gonna say I agree with Rel 100%, and I do, but Sean definitely changed my mind. I agree. I mean, it's that feeling at the end, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right. All right. We going back to Trey's favorite posse cut, the Symphony. We got Craig G, Master Ace, G-Rap and Kane.
You already know my answer, Kill. You know my answer.
I know. I've seen so many arguments from 8th grade, from 1988 to present day, to 2021, of people going back and forth over who has the dopest verse on this joint. I'm going with G-Rap. Vern, who you got?
I missed it. Which one are we talking about?
Symphony.
Yeah, him.
G-Rap.
The guy with the face.
All right, G-Rap.
The guy that raps.
Did you pick one?
Yeah, Vern, you go.
Yeah.
No,
the guy that raps. You know the one. The one that raps.
The guy that raps.
Oh,
Trey,
pick a card. Any card.
Who you got, Trey?
You know my answer.
Yeah, I know it was a G-Rap.
And this is, I guess it's, you can call it an unpopular opinion, but it's whatever. Master Ace. Woo! Master Ace has the dopest verse on this record. There's nobody that could have set this record off like Master Ace.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen,
the funny
folks,
thing is,
your attention undivided. Like there's like the way I came off, then I'm gonna come off stronger and longer, even with the drum off. Yo, he murdered that shit.
There's a sign at the door, no biting allowed.
Just like a river. Come on, man, huh?
I said there's a sign at the door, no biting allowed.
There's a sign at the door. No biting allowed. If you do, I suggest you do so. You'll be stranded just like Caruso. Sleep if you want to. Go ahead, get some shut-eye. Some nigga broke his jaw trying to say what-eye. Come on, man.
Yo, the funny thing is, I just saw an interview with Kane, and he was talking about that session. He was like, him and G-Rap was like, yo, who is this nigga Marley got here with these fucking glasses on? Looking like a goddamn substitute teacher. Like, this nigga whack. And he started spitting. He was like, yo, glasses got bars, man. Glasses. They was like, yo, glasses is kind of nice over here, man. Like, yo, Kane and G-Rap was like, yo, we about to walk out. We ain't getting on this song with glasses, man. Like, I don't know who Marley is, but yeah, so yeah, I'm not mad at Ace. I'm not mad at Ace. I'm not mad at that. Vague, who you got?
Marcy Projects, Big Daddy Kane, man. Probably biased because like Big Daddy Kane was like my idol. So the minute I knew he was on the record, it's like I forgot everybody's verse and shit.
Right.
But yeah, the quarter in gas because you played yourself. It was like that's all.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Especially back then, it was just a dope punchline. So for me, it's Kane. Yeah.
Right. Funny thing about the video with this, I forgot what book I read this in. That something happened. One of Kane's people shot somebody on the video set, and they had to rush them off the video set because it was like, yo, before the cops come. So that's why Kane's part isn't in the Western part with everybody else because they had to record him elsewhere. So that's why he wasn't like in the cowboy stuff like everybody else.
That's the cowboy stuff.
Right. Bro, who you got?
Vague said almost everything I wanted to say. Kane, the stick a quarter in your ass because you played yourself. That shit was, at that time, I was like, oh my God, this dude is like, you know what I'm saying? It's pause worthy now, but that shit was crazy back then. I was like, man, this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You might have to explain this to your kids.
Right. Like, yo, like a game in the arcade. At the time, there weren't video games in the house.
Right. See, the kids now,
so you had to put a quarter in the machine to play the machine. Right. Hence him saying you got to put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely got to explain that.
The kids now don't understand that one, so they looking at that that's suspect. But at the time, that was a haymaker on that song, and it really stood out to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Kane on that one.
All right, Jake, who you got?
So here's the thing: best versus favorite, right? I think Ace had the best verse. That's the one I like the most. But I thought, my favorite, some of the favorite lines came from Craig G. Craig G kind of like, where the hell did he go after that? Like, he came over the album here and didn't hear him, but when he's like, oh yeah, and can I have an autograph from me and my grandma? That was kind of a cool little diss, man. It was like how I would have talked, you know?
The funny thing with Craig, I think he got caught up in a strange time in hip hop because they was doing that hip hop house. So when he came out with that first album and there was a lot of hip hop house on there, I think he kind of missed it. I actually love Craig G's second album. God, I got it. I forgot what the name of it is, but
the one that came out early 2000s or
no. This came out like maybe 90. Because I remember learning how to drive to this album. But Craig, I just think got kind of mixed up at that time, you know. But yeah, Craig was definitely dope.
Before you move on, so Jake, you're saying Master Ace got the best verse? I've been looking for my tribe, son. I've been looking for my tribe.
Big Ace fan. Big Ace.
Oh my! I'm finding my tribe.
Man, I connect dope people to dope people, man. So you've been looking your whole life.
That's what this whole podcast.
Where else are you gonna find a Boston Celtic fan that's gonna agree with a 76ers fan?
That's what I'm saying. This is beautiful.
Apartment 5B, brother. Move into the building, everybody.
Hey, footnote. When I first started watching sports, my father didn't watch sports. My uncle watched sports, and he's from Philly. So he was all about Charles Barkley and Hersey Hawkins.
Oh wow!
So I was a an Eagles fan and a Sixers fan, and then it was around that the people I looked up to. That's who they liked.
Right.
But then I got older, and then Larry Bird was long gone. We had the worst time in the Celtics, and I started messing with the Knicks and with the Sixers, and then it's just I got lucky to be involved in a time in the NBA like that.
No doubt.
No doubt. Sean Teray, who you got, man?
Yo, my favorite verse is from Master Ace, but I think Kane took it, man. It's the quarter in your ass. You played yourself a joint, man. That set it off right there for me. And I mean, I saw the video before I actually heard the song, right? And so what stood out to me was the fact that Kane wasn't rocking the Western view, right? And for me, subliminally, subconsciously, when I saw that and did him finishing the song off, it just made him stand out more. And I never knew that story about the cat getting shot on the set, man. So, but it's Kane for me.
All right, and Cam, who you got?
I agree with Sean, Reagan, Rel, and Beck. It's got to be Kane. Right. It's too hard to choose, but yeah, Kane.
Right.
And just so you know, Kel, G-Rap was my favorite verse, probably up until maybe about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and then I listened to it, and I listened to
me.
You know what I'm saying?
Kane was my favorite up until recently. You know what I mean? Because y'all know me. Kane was like, I tell you, he was Rosa Parks for dark skinned niggas. Like, yo, nobody wanted to mess with me until Big Daddy Kane came out. So he literally freed, if you were dark skinned in 1988, between 83 to 88, if you were dark as I was, nobody was rocking with you. Then Kane came out and it was like a floodgate open and it was like, yo, this nigga's like fucking Rosa Parks.
Kill, you was Charlie Murphy, the darkest nigga in America.
Yo, one chick in 7th grade called me Flavor Flav. I'm like, God damn, I'm Flavor Flav? I'm like, God damn, I ain't that dark.
Nah,
like,
come on.
Yeah, that's extreme. That's extreme.
These like dark issues with black folk and it's still going. I had two of my homegirls, two of my teams, they light as like kid. They are light as kid. And they was arguing over who was light. They was like, Miss Kill, who's darker? And I'm like, y'all both damn near white. What are you talking about? It's still an issue. This is something I was dealing with in 1984. It's still an issue in 2021. Black folk, we got to do better. But yes, Kane was like Rosa Parks because it was like I went to high school and everybody wanted me, and I was like, oh shit, when am I going out of style? Well, I don't know, so let me get in here and do everything I got to do now while I'm in before I go back out. So Kane was. Yeah, and I had the flat top, man. It was like, yo, it's all up. But yeah, Trey, for years it was Kane. And I think recently, I don't know what happened. I just started liking G-Rap's version. So I definitely feel you on that. I don't know who said Crooklyn Dodgers is their favorite posse cut, but let's do 1 and 2. Crooklyn Dodgers 1 and 2.
Oh,
the first one I got, I got Special Ed. I wasn't mad at Ed's verse. And it was kind of shocking to me because I hadn't heard from him in so long. Veg, you don't look like you're in any agreement with me whatsoever. Veg is like, what the fuck, Kill? Come on. But I can't. I love Ed's verse. And surprisingly, I really enjoyed Chuck Rock's verse on Crooklyn Dodgers too. Like,
yeah.
Corners of like,
he said, fuck Barbara Walters. That nigga said, fuck Barbara Walters. That was it for me.
Right. Because I remember seeing the lineup and I'm like, Chubb Rock? And I'm like, with OC and J-Rule? Oh, they gonna wash Chubb. And I was like, let me find out. So, unpopular opinion, I got Special Ed and Chubb Rock. Cam, who you got for this? For 1 and 2?
I got Special Ed for the first and Chubb Rock for the second because I was a huge Chubb Rock fan. And then when he came back, just like you said, it was like a nice surprise. It's like, all right, I'm feeling this, just like I used to.
Right. All right, no doubt. Sean Teray, who you got?
Yo, I got Master Ace on the first joint, man. You know, just with the 70s show references. What's up with Rerun and Roger? Niggas sing wearing Timberlands and running down the block. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Right.
That was crazy to me. And yo, you messing me up on the second joint because it's like, yo, it's either Chug or it's OC. I'ma go. OC is my favorite, but Chubb, yo, I gotta go with Chubb on that. Yeah. And then J. Rue just killed it with the scientific madness. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Chubb. I'm gonna go with Chubb, man.
All right, no doubt. Jake, who you got?
Almost identical, man. Ace with the 70s references was so dope. And what's funny, and I don't know if he was doing it on purpose at the time, but he's selling rock to the Partridge Family. And then Danny, he was all hooked on drugs on VH1 special head and coat.
Wow.
Pretty interesting. But Q-Tip made that beat too, which was kind of dope. That was like a very, I'm like, whoa.
It was strange to me because it's the Crooklyn Dodgers, but now you got a Queens nigga making the beat.
Right, that was
which was strange.
But exactly. I mean, who was better at the time? He was. I mean, it was such a good mix. But
and you know what? Let me for 1 second. Let me throw this in there too. Who had the better beat? I'm going with the first one with Tip, because to this day, people still don't even know what the hell he sampled for that. Like, man. So I go with the first one. Cam, what beat do you like better, 1 or 2?
So I'm gonna go with the first one too. Being a lifelong DJ, that was the only one that I got. When the second one came out, it sold out before I could get it. So, the longest time, DJs were ranked by what records they had. And when you go to a show and play that song, I guarantee you one of the other DJs is going to play the other one. So, it was just a good time. So I always pick one because it's just closer to my heart. But they're both ill. They're both super ill.
What about you, Short?
Yo, the first joint, the filter, the bass line, I love it. I'm cheating on this because I'm gonna name both, but with the filter on the first joint. But when I hear the second joint, like that beat made me want to become a producer, man. There's something about that beat. When I used to hear it in clubs in '95, it's one of the beats that I first heard in the club that really it got into my cells and my DNA, man. Like it almost made me cry when I heard the beat, man. I ain't even going front. So yeah, but the second joint, I love that beat. I wish I had made that beat. That's what I wish I had made.
You wish you made. All right, my bad, Jake. So you said Ace on the first one. Who's your MC on the second one? And then what beat?
I like OC, man. OC to me is one of the most slept on MCs ever in the history of the world.
Agreed.
We should do a whole separate show about OC, but the first beat, the second song didn't really. I mean, the song it didn't hang together like the first one. It was good, and there was great people on it, and premier producers. So how you gonna hate on it? But it just didn't do anything for me like the first one.
All right, no doubt. Well, what do you got?
The beat. We're gonna go with the beat
MC
first.
for both, and then what beat wins?
Okay, MC, Master Ace. The What's Up with Rerun and Roger, yeah, that was fire, man. That was fire. And OC, man, gosh, I don't know. Is there anybody slept on more that has, to me, 2 classic albums? To me, Jules and Word Life. I mean,
Word Life.
Do he get the credit that he? No. I don't think so, man.
No.
Like,
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? He don't, and so yeah, that was I was pleasantly surprised by Chubb Rock on there. Not that he whacked or nothing, but when I saw it, I was like, damn, Chubb on this joint, he held his own. He did more than held his own. Let me be fair. He did his thing on there. As far as the beat, the first one, that's the type of bag I was in at that time. Who was better than? At that Tip. Who was better at that? I'm not saying who was better, but he was in his bag, man.
He was in his bag more.
Yeah, he was in his bag, and that just was the essence of what he was giving us at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the first beat.
All right, no doubt. Veg, who you got?
First song, MC, I got Buckshot. I just love
me in Vegas, man. We know some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Represent the FAP.
Bruh, come on, man. Straight from the hill till then play the building. Man, killed that
motherfucker. He rode that beat incredibly. Second one, I got Chubb Rock, because when that nigga said Kennedy, remember when he got his fucking head blown off? I was like,
yes. Word.
Chubb Rock. Right.
Dang, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like, that's probably the one that stands out to me the most. Obviously, OC is always dope. JB is dope. I take the first beat just because I feel like it's more memorable, and it's probably because the performances were so good. Even Special Ed, even though I squinted a little bit, I just feel like those three on that beat, it was just a perfect combination. So yeah, for me, the first beat is probably the better beat to me.
All right, Trey, what you got?
Hey man, I'm with Vegas, man. First beat, number one. Let's get that out the way. Get your click. we can get stoned like the family
spot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So Buckshot was in his during that period. You talking about 94, 95? There was nothing better than Buckshot, man. He was just touching the vibe at that time, man. Like just the way his melodies, the way he swung. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in pockets. You know what I mean? Like Buckshot to me. I mean, they all killed it, but Buckshot for real. And then, like I said, fuck Barbara Walters. They did it for me. That motherfucker brought in Barbara Walters. Nigga, what? I was done. Who the fuck is mentioning Barbara Walters in the rhyme? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Chubb all day.
All right. And Vern, who you got?
Clean sweep, bro. Man, Buckshot needed a freaking saddle the way he rode that beat, man. I mean, it's crazy. Cause if you talked about it on End of the Stage. Nobody changed their flow within an album like Buckshot did, like the "I Got You Open" remix. And then when you come to Crooklyn Dodgers, man, I love how he came in with that sing-songy pocket flow. It's crazy. I'm a Chubb Rock fan, so I'm going Chubb Rock. And Crooklyn Dodgers won. That beat is iconic. Everybody in hip hop. I mean, you look at on the Tribe Called Quest documentary. Dave asked him, yo, Q-Tip, what freaking filter was that you used on that Crooklyn Dodgers joint, man? Everybody wants to know that, so that's my picks.
No doubt. Real quick, Jake, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but we had OC on here before. I'll send you the episode. Very dope interview with OC. We talk about everything. He was working on an album with Big L when Big L got murdered, so a lot of dope combos. So I'll send you the interview with OC.
His features on the Awakening album, Lord Finesse Awakening album, some of the best verses ever, and on that album. You know, it's just like, damn.
Yeah, his album with Apollo Brown is really good too. That's a little more recent. Yeah, Trophies. Yeah.
All right, let's go with the Flavor in Your Ear remix. Flavor in Your Ear. Got Big, Rampage, LL, and Busta. I'm going with Big just for the Invisible Bully like the Gooch. Like,
man. Hold on. This might be a clean sweep here. I don't even think you might have to eliminate him.
I don't know, man. I
know somebody else gonna say somebody else.
Somebody up here is gonna pick somebody else.
Somebody gonna say somebody else.
I think so. Vern, who you got?
Okay,
bro, man, not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the God a lot. Come on, man.
I mean. Seriously, okay, go ahead. I'll go through the process. It's the process.
All right, we already know who you got, Trey Bang. I probably already know who you got. So next, okay, round. Next. Okay,
keep going.
Everybody just pointing.
Well, I mean, clearly Big had the best verse. I feel like you got to take it off. If you took Nas off of the Live at the Barbecue, you got to take him off of that.
See.
Okay, so I'll take Big off then. Because here's the thing. I've had these conversations before, and I've seen people pick Bust. I've seen people pick L. So I didn't think it was gonna be a clean sweep. So we can take Big off. We'll take Big off, and I'll give it to LL. We can reset. I'll go to LL then for that joint.
You want to give it a tongue kiss of Barracuda?
He made up a good word in that.
I love that
Hey,
You got the students too. Like, yo, so
L, as a matter of fact, a couple of months ago, L went on Twitter and explained what the hell he was talking about on that verse, man. Because I don't know, but it was fly.
To me, that was like a CL Smooth verse. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, but it sounded good. Like that's what that verse was. If I give everybody a test up here and give you every piece of CL song and be like, write what CL was talking about, it's gonna be a lot of I thinks.
Lucified.
Right, I think he was talking about this. I don't know what else. I don't know what he see is. I don't know what none of that shit was, but it sounded good. That's all I got. Vern, who you got?
There goes in, right?
I'm going LL because of that.
It sounded good. Trey, who you got?
Unpopular opinion. Here we go. I'm going Craig Mack.
Okay.
I'm going Craig Mack. Want to grab my dick? Too lazy. Hold it for me.
Okay. Yo, you want to know the most disrespectful thing, Trey, in the world? I just had the Flavor in Your Ear remix with Big Rampage, LL, and Busta. I didn't even remember it was Craig Mack's song.
I know, that's crazy, right?
That's how I apologize.
Don't forget the last Boy Scout.
Yeah, I know. No, I got Rampage.
No, please forget.
Boys, I didn't even name Craig Mack. I named everybody on the song, but Craig is his song.
I got you.
Hey man, I gotta ask, how did Rampage make this?
It's exactly. That's my
Because of
question.
Busta.
Because of Busta.
Because of Busta, yeah. That was Busta, man.
It was like, yo, Puff, you want me to you got put Rampage, the last Boy Scout.
Right.
Oh Lord.
And that was it.
The last Boy Scout,
Wild for the Night was dope, man. I used to love
Wild for the Night used to slap. Wild for the Night used to
Wild
slap.
for the Night is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about Rampage whole album, but Wild for the Night was crazy. Vegas, you got it.
Blotitious.
Okay, so you were me.
Delicious.
I don't know what it means. That sounds good.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Give me coos love it good.
But is he good?
That's for the jeans.
Ella say something like, yo, somebody bet me that I couldn't write a rhyme about nothing and make it sound good. And go look at Flavor in Your Ear remix. I don't know what, it's, again, Camp Blow. I don't know what Lucchini's about. Anybody know what Lucchini's about? No, but if you throw it on, you're going to smile. It's going to make your day brighter. It's going to make everybody happy. We don't know what they talk about the entire Uptown Saturday night. They talking their own language, but it sounds incredible.
The Jiggy Vine.
I got L, man.
See?
Hollister Hollywood, but is he good? It's like the jeans, flavor like praline, sick.
Nah,
Papa love it. When I don't know what he's talking about. Hey, look, this shit was smooth though. It was smooth, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he had the one leg. He had the one jean leg up in the video.
Barracuda.
Why would you do that, sir? Excuse me, sir. Why would you do that?
Barracuda.
Electrocutor.
It's right there with pink cookies in the plastic bag getting crushed by people. That's good. Hey, what you got, brother?
I like Craig Mack's verse in that because he had to hold his own against the best rapper alive. That Biggie verse was absolute prime Biggie. There was nobody bigger. There was no better verse. It's ironic how much I keep looking at myself when I'm talking. It's so weird. So to hold his own on that, I thought he kind of came with a little bit of a different flow. And I really liked him, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean Terrell, what you got, man?
Craig Mack, man. Craig, easily.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, the delivery, his voice, and Craig was just kind of chill on it, but he was in the pocket, man. It was like a bass player. He was right in the pocket the way he was flowing on it, man. So I'm gonna go with Craig, man.
Wow. Okay.
All right. And Cam, what about you, man?
I'm gonna go with L because he's so smooth.
There you go.
And no one knew what he was talking about. It was. I used to laugh every time. I used to make up all the words. Make my. It was great. It was
Blotitious.
Y'all not going with Busta? I got flavor in your ass, crease. None of that. Y'all not doing that.
I think for one time Busta was too animated on a song.
Yeah. He was a habitual line stepper on that song.
Yeah, he was too animated, man. Yeah.
No, he was Rick James, yo, on that song.
All right, let's do this. Let's dip out. Let's go with Band from TV. Noriega, Nature, Cam, Styles, and Kiss.
Flip the other way. Go the other way. Let me research right quick.
I don't know. I'll say it like this. My favorite verse was Nature. I get pussy with my father's features. Like,
that's it. That's the line that did it for me.
Like, and I think here's the key thing, because I was going to ask this earlier. Can certain lines just sway you? You know, kind of how like I put the quarter in your ass. Like everybody's like that was the line that did it. For me, it was I get pussy with my father's features. From that point on, it was like, yo, this nigga Nature's fucking nice.
Yo, you can skip me because it's ditto. Same thing you said. I have nothing to add.
All right. Cam, what you got?
I agree with Nature too. I was gonna say Nori just because I don't know. He pushes me in a certain direction that I don't expect. But just like you mentioned, some lines just are gonna have to sway you, and that sways you.
All right, no doubt. Sean Saray, what you got?
Nature, man. Just that line alone, man. Like if it's a line in a song that makes you say, "All right, they got that." It's Nature. I love Nori's energy, but it's Nature.
Yeah. Jake, what about you?
Unpopular opinion here. I'm not a Nori fan. I never pressed play on any of these tracks on this album without.
Yeah, that's why I had to just listen. Yeah.
Without Capone,
and I can't say that for certain reasons. I can't say that for certain reasons.
Right.
But
right.
We'll say it for you.
I get it. It's just I couldn't do it, man. So I never even heard the track, to be honest.
All right, it's all good, bro. Who you got?
Nature, and like, what better way to set off a song is, regardless of rain or snow, sleet or hail, I kick street tails, choke a nigga like I'm Spreewell. I said, oh my God. I said, what? I said, oh man, it's a rap.
Yo, that goes back to the show we did about the lost art of being able to set off a rhyme.
He said it all perfect. And you know what I mean? He got quotables in that drum, man. Get pussy with my father's features. Puff heavily. See me at 6'1". Weigh $170. Catch me in spots you niggas never be. Packed in like Green Bay, Harlem Week, the Queens. Yo, he was. I said, oh man, this dude special right here. This joint
actually reminds me a little bit of the symphony with Ace, because I think when you see this lineup, you're assuming Nature's probably gonna have you like, oh, Jadakiss, Big Pun, Styles, like you thinking Nature, right, but like you said, Nature came with that. Nature came with it.
Nature killed that.
Hey, what you got?
I got Nature for the same reasons, man. A lot of quotables. The bars was crazy. Golden State holding your fate in the palm of my hand. Like he was just talking on that shit, and I was just like, yeah, Nature's nice. So yeah, for me it's Nature.
Effortless.
All right, we already skipped Trey Vern. You said you good, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw this one out there because I love the pork chop and applesauce line by Big Pun.
Oh yeah,
the Brady Bunch reference.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with All About the Benjamins. We got Puff, Kiss, Luch, Kim, and Big. I'm going with Big. Cam, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Big too because I mean,
are we doing this?
All right, so I'll take Big out. I'll take Big out. I'm gonna go with.
Honestly, you don't have to.
I'm gonna go with Luch. I'm gonna go with Luch then.
Yeah,
go with Luch.
I don't know. I the song was a little too shiny for me. I liked it.
All right, no, it's cool. You can pass. You can pass. I know there's gonna be some joints on here that some people gonna pass, so it's all good. Sean Saray, who you got?
Yo, I'm gonna go with an unpopular one, man. Yo, I was working at a rec center at the time, and I used to see little kids doing the Lil' Kim verse, you know what I mean? And so just the energy alone, you know what I mean? Nothing lyrical, but just one bumble with the beat, throw a hex on the whole family. Yeah, just the energy, man. So yeah, so I go with Kim.
All right, Jake, who you got?
I said, believe it or not, same thing. I thought Kim killed it. Whenever Big was around, I thought she really just came with lyrics. You know what I mean? It didn't matter if male or female. She did it well.
All right, Rob, who you got?
Luch. Luch. I liked his energy. He was just not real complex, just in your face. Like, y'all acting hard, but you was pussy as RuPaul. I was like, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Luch on there. If it ain't Big, then I'm gonna go Chic Luch.
All right, Veg, who you got?
You know me, kid. I was in the club, so what y'all want to do?
Yeah, man.
Ballers, shot callers. When that shit came on, we was in DC. We were like, yo, we might get jumped tonight, but it's a New York party, so fuck that. Yo, that Puff verse, which I think Styles wrote, or Jadakiss, one of them wrote it. That shit just gets me every time, man. Like, it just sets off the record perfectly. It's a perfect kind of like boastful song for somebody like Puff, his like character, you know what I'm saying? So every time I hear it, Chic is definitely close because shit he was saying was ridiculous. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Puff. With Big in it.
Right. Trey, who you got?
Oh, with Big in it. So you got him over the Big joint. Wow.
Yeah, I ain't like when they switched the beat on Big. I wanted Big over that Benjamin.
Over the original.
So when I hear the beat switch, I'm like,
I feel you. This is tough, man. It's definitely between Sheik and Kim, man. But I think you know what I'm saying, with this chick named Walona, Daytona. When I was young, I wanted to bone her. And now I'm only with chicks to win beauty pageants.
Baby skiing in the ass, gangsta mental, stay packed,
crystal. Have a black pistol with a half coupe is dark brown.
I'm saying the gondola and shit, like it gotta be shit. Gondola, nigga. Yeah.
All right, Vern, who you got?
I'm going with Lickle Kim Jones.
Okay. All right. Tell me this. Don't curse. You got Heavy D, Kool G Rap, Grand Puba, CL Smooth, Big Daddy Kane, Pete Rock, Q-Tip, and Pete Rock. I'm going with Q-Tip because he had that line because the
Bum Dilly Have, yeah.
I love that line. It just always stuck out to me with that joint. So I'm going with Q-Tip. Cam, who you got?
I got Hev all day.
All right, ain't mad at that. Sean Saray, who you got?
Hev definitely, man. Yeah, he just came with the swag, the delivery, and just typical, Hev doing Hev, man.
No doubt. All right, who you got, Jake?
Gotta go Q-Tip again, man. Again, the smooth voice kind of comes in and just makes you feel like everything's gonna be all right.
Right. Rel, who you got?
So, don't curse. Everybody was trying not to curse, and Q-Tip comes on. Flim, flam, flim, lick my big black stuff. I said, what? Yo, but I'm gonna go with Tip. He was clever on there, man. If I got 4 girls and I lick 8, you know what I'm saying? He was clever. I like Q-Tip's verse on there.
Envious of your memory, man, that you can remember this stuff. Like, back in the day, I used to have it, but 46 is not being kind to the old man up here because I can't remember none of this stuff. Jay, who you got, man?
I got a G-Rap. I just like the fact that when, like you said, G-Rap was on the record, you like, whoa, this is called Don't Curse, and G-Rap's on it. I just like how he played around with getting ready to curse. So it was kind of like you got a traditional G-Rap verse, but he was editing himself and catching himself. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you get the rhyme and the thought process all in the bars. So I really like Kool G Rap shit.
That's true.
The funniest thing about G-Rap to me is that most people don't know his first album had no curses. But he's known for cursing, wow. You know what I mean? But the first album had 0 curses in it, and it's just that second album, he went from Bill Cosby to Richard Pryor in like 2 years. Like, no cursing. This nigga went from Sinbad to like fucking Eddie Murphy in 2 years. Because, I've never seen nobody take a jump but you think about it, Men at Work, Road to the Riches, Poison, Rikers Island. Like, these ain't soft songs, but he just still had the oomph, but was able to do it without cursing. Trey, you was G-Rap, right?
I mean, Vegas just basically took my entire shine. Verbatim, like every word. Like, he must have been in my manuscript, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever Vegas said, you know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, Vern, who you got?
And Rail took mine. Everything Rail said. Ditto.
All right. International Players Anthem. Featuring Outkast, but no 3000.
Ooh. I know where I'm going.
3000. I'm actually going with Bun B. No, I'm going with Pimp C.
Pimp C.
Yep, there you go. There you go. We have a winner.
I'm going with Pimp C.
You're going to say exactly what I'm saying.
Just like you, Pimp C. If you take stacks out, Pimp C, because he country with it, but it's like I love how they ride that track, and they it's like, you gonna tell Pimp C he's country? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I'm going Pimp C.
Right, Trey, who you got?
Pimp C next.
Who you got?
Pimp C, man. Like you say, you take 3 stacks out, that's
As soon as that beat hits with Pimp C, he brings that whole energy just. And the funny thing is, I was never a Pimp C fan, so it's crazy to me that I love him so much on that joint. Rel, who you got?
Pimp C, man, he floated.
Yes, he did.
Loaded, man.
Yes, he
Money
did.
on the dresser, driver. Loaded, yeah. Hey, look, it's so funny, Kill. I had somebody here with me, and she yelled out, "Pimp C!"
Even Shorty though, with time, like Pimp C, like word no 3 stacks, nigga, Pimp. Jake, who you got?
This one I'm gonna pass on. I heard a few times and never really gave it much thought though.
All right, no doubt. Sean Teray, who you got?
Pimp C, man. It's like he personifies that whole sound, that feel, that kind of song, man. So yeah, man. I think he also, like, for me as an East Coast dude, he kind of introduced me to like the Midwest, the Southern Midwest kind of energy, you know. And he just kind of personified that. I saw that, but I never heard it in an MC before. So yeah, he just captured that, man. Pimp C. So.
All right, Cam, who you got?
I'm just like Jake. I don't remember it that well to remember it.
All right, no doubt. Next up, LaFleur and Scorescotch, the Fab Five. For me, I'm going with Rain Wonder. I go Lumber, Still Rain, Gun Clap, and Number. One. I said it like lumber, down to my underwear, all that. Just String Wonder for me on that. String Wonder.
Oh my God.
Burn, who you got?
I control the masses with metaphors that are massive. Hey man, I listen to that song at least
touchdown
once every 2 or 3 weeks. The bass line is just stupid. The flows are just stupid. And like you said, I ain't a Strange Wonder fan, but that nigga set them mug off. And then it's like everybody brought out the best in each other. But I'm going Sean P. Yeah.
I'm telling you, to this day, I always am mad we did not get that Fab Five album. I wanted the Fab Five album, Blues by the Beat Miners, circa 1995. I really think if we got that album, you talking about another 5 mic classic in the boot camp click right there. Because LaFleur, I mean, you threw that on that 95. Yeah. Trey, who you got?
P.
Yeah. All right. Beg, who you got, man?
Damn, this is difficult, man. I'm gonna go with Sterain, man, because this is difficult, man. Because Sean Price shit on there is crazy, man. Them two. So I'm gonna go with Sterain because I probably at that time was still in his verse more. But Sean Price is crazy on there, man.
All right, no doubt. Rel, who you got?
Could we have a more even form? Like, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. Sterain, I'll go Sterain Wonder. I guess that's a very difficult one because both I'll go Sterain. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, Jake, who you got?
So this song is like I'm with Vern. This song is played a lot still. And what's funny is that I actually live back in the same area that I grew up in. So I'm driving down the same streets, smoking the same stuff, listening to the same exact songs, but I'm 42 instead of 17. And I'm like, wow, this song still bangs. If you put this out now, you'll be like, yo, especially with the way that hip hop is going now. So anyway, unpopular opinion, I like Rockets' verse on the best.
Hey, bro, you can't go wrong with nothing on this.
His flow is so different. Send MCs to me and Spawn.
Oh boy, woohoo! Get hung like dungarees.
Him in action as he transformed that man's speed. He like and then like drag it off the end like it's like he's playing an instrument.
That ain't unpopular, brother. That's not unpopular.
Killer.
I mean, I think it's like Rel said. I don't know if you have a song with just everybody sounds great. Like, and we gonna talk about this on another. Sean Teray, who you got?
Yo, I can't pick one. I think this song to me is like one of those songs that I heard that made me feel like, yo, like these cats really love working together. Like this sounds very, very cohesive. It almost sounded like one MC to me, but it was different personalities, kind of schizophrenic, but it was the same person. You know what I mean? So,
and the video, and the video.
That's a good analysis.
That's a good way to look at
and
it.
you know, I think the thing that got me with it was like just the Fab Five reference, right? So it's like we thought about Michigan's Fab Five at that time, and so it was kind of a kind of cohesiveness between sports, hip hop, and the whole just cohesion that they had together, man. So I can't pick anybody on that joint. Just to me, it's like a song where you can tell these MCs love each other, and they love their crew, and they killed that Catalyst sample, yo. It's a dope song.
Yeah. Cam, who you got?
I think I got Rock also, just because his voice, it just hits me a certain way.
Yeah.
And it makes you stop a little bit. And you know, thinking about the video, were they wearing all the same clothes in the video too?
No, they had the different jerseys. They had on three of the sombreros. They had on basketball jerseys. And I'm glad you mentioned the video. I love how they was like doing the Jackson 5 dance, because that's one thing I loved about P, man. This nigga would murk you, but he was self-deprecating. What's the word? He joked on himself. He didn't take himself so seriously.
He's one of my favorite series of all time, man. Like it ain't even a debate for me, man. That dude was just special to me. You know what I'm saying? He was just special.
All right. Let's do with this.
Hey, Kel.
Yo.
Oh, my fault. I got a question. How many more you got?
Shit. How much more time y'all got?
No, because I got two, but I could wait. I got two that I thought about that I want to see what everybody else think. But
all right, no doubt. Let's go with Scarfaces. Guess who's back? You got Scarface, Beans, and Jay-Z. On that joint, I'm actually probably gonna go with Beans. I'm gonna go with Beans on that joint. Vern, who you got?
Brad Jordan.
All right. Trey, who you got? Guess who's Big Zach? The boy Big Zach, aka Mr. Crack for Bricks.
I think I'm going with Jay on that. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. But I think I'm going. I mean, it's so tight. This is probably, for me, this is probably the most evenly matched joint for me tonight. You really can't go wrong. Like, there's no wrong answer. But
and I love the beat too. Like this is one of my top 5 Kanye beats. Like this was. It's the first time I heard, because before I thought his name was Kanye. And I was like on South Street in Philly, and they were spinning it, and it says Kanye West on the track, and I'm like, oh shit, it ain't Kanye. Okay, cool. But the beat is.
I think Jay set this joint off, man. I got Jay on this one.
All right, who you got, babe?
I got Jay-Z, man. Guess who's Bazak? Still smell the crack in my clothes.
Clothes.
On his
Take it back to Taxi when I was hugging it.
With it, straight out the oven with it. Yo, see, it's funny because now that y'all saying the verse, now I'm like, damn, Jay did kind of get that though.
Without a stain on my shirt.
Yeah, I gotta change mine to Jay.
You know what I mean?
I gotta change mine to Jay. I forgot.
He
Bro,
burnt
who you got?
I got Jay-Z on this one. Nobody got murked on here though. Everybody.
Nobody.
I think Jay stood out. Jay stood out in this drum.
Jay, who you got?
Yeah, I'm always gonna pick Jay. He's just too good. But I think what you're saying though, like I understand what you're saying about Beans, because to hold your own with those two legends,
right?
Beans wasn't legendary level, not at that time.
Right.
Yeah, man. Jay.
Who you got, man?
I got Jay, man. I agree with Jake. Like, for Beans to come on and be on there with the brother Brad Jordan and Jay and hold his own, that was dope. But it's Jay. It's definitely Jay.
All right, Cam, who you got?
I got Jay. Can't say anything else about it. Everybody said everything.
All right. We got Buddy with De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Latifah, Moni Love. I got an unpopular opinion. I'm going with Moni. When Moni came in with this, so just maybe.
Well,
that ain't unpopular.
Maybe.
That ain't unpopular.
I mean, when Moni.
That's my pick.
And the way she popped up in the video too, like she just popped up out of nowhere in the video and just killed her verse, and definitely had me anticipating her first album, which was nowhere what I thought it was going to be, but neither here nor there. Vern, who do you have for the Buddy remix?
Moni Love, bro. Moni did her thing, man.
All right, Trey, who you got?
Moni. Next.
Okay. All right. Veg, who you got?
Moni. Yeah.
All right.
That's crazy.
Moni. Rapid Fire just. Yeah. I don't know what performance was better, that or Ladies First, because she.
Ladies First.
She definitely won that.
Yeah, so Moni was crazy with it, man. Moni was crazy with it.
All right, Jake, who you got?
I can never remember the two different De La dudes, like who's who when they're rapping, but I like the way they came off on that.
All right, so one of the two, either Pasta Day or one of those two got it.
I'm going to name the wrong one, so I'd rather make it for myself and say which one I don't even know. That's
it's all good. It's all good. Sean Teray, who you got?
Moni, the flow, delivery, she killed it. Rapid Fire. Yeah.
All right. And Cam, who you got?
I got Moni too.
All right. Skewed on the barbecue. Cass and Raekwon. I got Big Boy on this. I got Big Boy on this joint. That's the whole I gotta hit the source up for the other half of Mike because that other Southern playalistic music was a classic, right? So yeah, I got Big Boy on that. Vern, you out in ATL. You got Cass right behind you. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Raekwon because he stepped outside his comfort zone. I think he did something for Outkast with jumping on that track. Not that we were looking for acceptance or credibility from New York per se, but Raekwon jumping on that just lended credence to who they are and what they are. So I'm gonna go with Raekwon.
And the thing I love about that track, they said, yo, we was at Lennox shopping, we saw Ray, we was like, yo, we in the studio tonight, he come through, he came through, they did the song. Like, I love stuff like that. It ain't no label politics, it wasn't no, yo, this be a good look for New York. It was just like, yo, we see him in the mall, he's shopping, we shopping, let's go. Trey, who you got?
Yeah, I'm with Vern, man. I got Ray. Because it was a pleasant surprise. Yeah. It was like, oh, word, Ray collaborating with Outkast? This is interesting. And then he murked it. So, that's it, Ray.
All right, who you got, Vay?
I got Big Boy for same reasons you said, man. I thought Big Boy probably looked at like Ray's skill, like with the wordplay, and was like, yo, I'm gonna come through on this one. And I was like really impressed by it first when I heard it. So I got Big Boy.
Bro, who you got?
I got Raekwon. Like when you see members from two of your favorite groups of all time that's from two different parts of the world come together, and when I saw he was on there, I was pleasantly surprised. And then I think his flow on there, like he could taught a class on how to ride a beat or deliver this through your audio, get on mafioso, blow hydro, and back it up slow. And he kept that same pattern the whole verse. That whole pattern, the whole verse. If you listen to it, he rhymed that same sound the whole verse, and it was amazing. And it's like he stepped out of his comfort zone and he killed it. And so I'm gonna go with Ray. That's one of my that's good.
And he rocked the Braves fitted, so I got to give him some extra credit for that. Yeah, on the video.
All right, Jake, who you got?
Yeah, Raekwon, man. That's an easy pick. I just surprised me a little bit the way it came off on it.
All right, Sean Teray.
Ray, man, it was like he was waltzing. Yeah, he was just skating on that. You know what I mean? Just blah blah blah. Just the rhythm. It was just dope, incredible. I was glad to see him collab with those guys, but it's definitely Ray.
All right, and Cam, what you got?
I'm gonna do Raekwon too. At the time I was so zoomed in on New York that it was hard for me to, I don't want to say like listen, but it was hard for me to soak in Southern rap. Like it was so hard for some reason, and not that they weren't dope. Like I just didn't have either the time or the money to invest, right? And that definitely opened up a window, which I appreciated.
All right, no doubt. All right, I got two because I want to try to get the rest of these out here and then get Rels into Affirmative Action with Nas, Foxy, Megan, AZ, and then also 4321 with LL, DMX, Meth, Red, and Cannabis. For Affirmative Action, I'm going with Nas. I always love that line. So is Logic, talking that somebody gotta die shit. There's Logic, just as long as there's nobody up in my clique. Always love that line. And it's funny with 4321, I never was a fan of this song like that. Never liked it at all. But DMX just to me always had, at least in my eyes, like the dopest verse. He was the one that got me energized the most. So
he murdered that joint, by the way.
Yeah. I gotta go grab some for Nate. So just keep going around the table for those two. So Affirmative Action and 4321 LL. Vern, it's on you.
I'm gonna go Nas, and then on the second one, I really can't speak with any level of intelligence, so I'm gonna pass on that one.
Oh, on 4321?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to it, I heard it, but you know,
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay, so Affirmative Action, Nas, and 4321. I'm going L, man. Just I know he went after and all this other shit, but when he started talking that, let's get back to this microphone and all that shit. Yo, L is so cocky with it, man. Like, I mean, and everybody that knows me knows that LL is my favorite MC of all time, man. Just the all around shit. You know what I'm saying? From fucking bars to albums. He's just a cocky motherfucker. So it's just like, yeah, LL.
Yeah, for me, it's Nas for the same reasons that Kill mentioned. Just thought his verse was dope on there. And 4321 is DMX, man. Like, DMX was in his zone at that point in time. And his energy, you know what I'm saying, was just different from everybody else on there. And it kind of stood out, you know what I'm saying? His confidence stood out. So, for me,
he
DMX.
killed that.
Yeah.
He killed that.
What year did that come out? I don't remember.
98, I
like
think.
98 or 99. 98 or 99.
98, 99. Yeah.
Affirmative Action, Nas. That was an easy one for me. I think I'm gonna go with Nas on that one. 4321 L, man, the competitive spirit, man. I love it. Like, he don't back down from
Never.
I don't remember what level people looked at cannabis at that time. Like, nobody was trying to go there, man. He ain't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't care. He
never, he never cares.
That's what I'm saying. He don't care. You can talk to
whoever you got, whoever you want. If you want to do that, we can do that.
We can do that, and you can talk to the girl songs and all that. But if you go at him, he's coming at you.
He's coming
You're
at
not gonna let it ride. So that competitive spirit, I just appreciate it, man. So I went with L on that drum.
All right, Jake, who you with?
I wonder a lot what would have happened to Cannabis if he didn't hang out with Wyclef.
You got a good point, Jake.
That
Good
song,
point.
I hated that song. The beat sucked. I
was not a fan of that song, but I always felt like I was in the minority because everybody I know loves that song.
The only reason it became important is because of the stuff between LL and Cannabis. And I thought Cannabis had that second round knockout was ridiculous. I know I'm going off the subject, and I'll get right back to it. But how was that not a better diss track? But then all of a sudden, because he was like, Wyclef just got him all fruity, man. I don't know, it just got weird. But so that's my view on 4321. Affirmative Action. Life's a bitch, but God forbid the bitch divorce me. How old was Nas when he said that? 22, 21?
Right.
This is like when Nas is writing scriptures. This is where hip hop becomes like religion to me. That's
prime Nas. This is prime Nas.
And that's I use that line twice a week. Yeah, it sucks, but this is better than being dead. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm going through some stuff right now, but I could be dead. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm alive. I made it. I was one of 4 million sperm that came through and made it. You know what I mean? I'm alive. So anyway, I'm off on a tangent, but thank you.
That's dope. Show us who you got for both.
Word. Nas, just because of the sperm cell reference from Jake. No homo. Pause. Hey, yo, you cannot sleep on Redman's verse on the 4-3-2-1 joint, yo. Yo, slap and drop his head in the gypsy. Pick a nigga ass and both Tim's turn shitty. Yo, come on, son. Redman's verse on that shit. Hell killed it. DMX killed it, but my favorite joint on there is Redman shit. But,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Damn, what you got?
I got Nas for Affirmative Action, and I got L for 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like everybody said, like when he gets challenged, he comes back, but he always shows up. It doesn't matter what the year is. He always shows up when he needs to show up.
Yep.
And
think about it, he's been doing this since '84.
Right.
That's the thing you have to really understand, man.
And that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
84.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't know if prayerfully everybody heard this joint. I'm sure we did. The grand finale, DOC featuring NWA. Now, here's the one that's gonna be all. This is a very unpopular opinion. My favorite verse was Easy. Because I'll never forget when he said, fuck a car, I'll do a motherfucking walk by. And I was like, yo.
That was hard.
That room right there. Like, yo, I'm in 8th grade, so I'm like 14.
That was hard.
I was like, yo, did this nigga just say, fuck a car, I'll do a motherfucking walk by?
That was hard.
And at the time, I don't know nothing about who's writing whose rhymes and all the hoopla, but for me, that was for the grand finale. Vern, was you up on the grand finale with DLC?
Yes, DLC, that's one of my favorite all-time hip-hop albums.
Okay.
No one could do it better. But I wish, I like to research, man.
Right. I know it's all off the top. If y'all want to, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm a Ice Cube, man. I don't. I gotta listen to that song again. I ain't heard it in forever. Yeah. All
right, Trey. What about you?
The motherfucking DOC. That motherfucking, he ended it. He capped it off. The Mariano Rivera of the record again. You know what I'm saying? The shut it down. Shut it all the way down. You know what I mean? DOC all day.
All right, who you got, Vay?
DLC, man. He was incredible, man. People don't understand, man. That dude he was ahead of his time with the bars, with the energy, all of that. So, and you know Ice Cube's my favorite. He probably wrote that.
Me too.
That song, some shit Ice Cube said. But DLC on Grand Finale he was unmatched to me.
Yo, it's so crazy to me just how crazy it is that this dude gets in a car accident and the only thing he walks away with is losing his voice. Like, not a broken arm, not a, paralyzed, but yo, you lose your voice? Like, that's, and like, you're one of the most incredible MCs walking the planet Earth right now, and you lose your voice? Like, I remember being a kid, like, yo, you can lose your voice in a car accident? Like, what kind of, like, is that some alien shit? Like, how do you lose your voice in a car accident?
But you know what that did? That highlighted how great his pen is.
Right. Right.
That that really took his pen way out of space, and we ain't even got to go through the discography of what he has done.
What's up, Vern?
I just listened real quick. DOC, man, changed my vote. Yeah.
30 seconds. First, right quick. Okay.
Them first 4 bars.
Yeah, man.
Them first 4 bars. That's all I need. You know
Bro, who you got?
I mentioned DOC on a couple other episodes. That was my guy. When he lost his voice, I was legit sad about that, man. Like, the formula, that was like my favorite song. Like, he floated, and so he floated on this joint. Like, I would go with him, but I do agree with you, Kill, about Easy. Easy had like a different type of aura, man. Even though somebody else was writing it, he delivered it, and to be like a small dude, he had the stature of a nigga that's like 6'7". Like, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I think it was the DLC. But I feel what you're saying about Easy.
Right. What's up, Vern?
I'm about to utter an unpopular opinion in a room of MCs. It ain't always just about writing your own stuff. Delivery. Think about, to me, Salt and Pepper are ill because of the way the intonations and the way they did things. And Kill, to your point, like Easy, that voice and that delivery says a lot. Little Kim, Biggie wrote her stuff, but she had to deliver it, and so that counts for a lot too, man. It's like Vega as an MC. It's the difference between you reading your rhymes and you delivering them. Even if you write your own stuff, some people say their rhymes, some people spit them.
Yeah, and plus, look, you knew Eazy was gonna do that shit. So that's the thing, right? Like, yeah, he probably will walk by him and ask him to
and see, the wild part at the time, I don't know when I found out, like, I don't know when, because, you know, rappers always talk shit. You know, rappers are always like, I'm in these streets. So I really don't know when I realized, no, Eazy-E was really a drug dealer who didn't want to rap, and he just was funding all the money, you know what I mean, on some West Side Gun type shit. Like, I don't know when that caught up to me, that was it. Because at the time with NWA, I'm thinking, all these niggas are in the streets. You know, not knowing Cube is on the school bus going to school, and Dre's over here DJing, and Brenda's wherever, and Eazy is the one running up in and out of trap houses, you know, like on some real type drug dealer type thing. You know what I mean? So I don't even know when I found out, like, damn, Eazy-E. Because the thing that was always funny to me was I'm looking like Eazy, like, this dude, you want me to say, you serious? And you was really the nigga. Like, you was really the dude. And that was the thing that was always whack to me with NWA. So I'm like, yo, why y'all got this bitch? You got Gary Coleman up in the front trying to act like he's thorough. And then you find out Gary Coleman was really thorough. Like, yo, this nigga Leon off the Snowfall. You just saw Leon on your average day on Snowfall. You ain't like, oh my God, maybe if you see Man Boy, you see Scully, yeah, you like, yo, chill, Scully. But you see Leon just at the 7-Eleven, like, so it's just ironic that out of all of them, Eazy was the one. Like, I think if you really didn't know nothing, you just said, look at this picture, who do you think is the real drug dealer? I don't know if we gonna pick Eazy-E. You know what I mean? I'd probably pick Cube or Ren.
Ren. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably pick Ren to be.
I would have definitely picked Ren on his face.
You know, I don't know if we be picking Eazy, but I don't know. Jake, was you up on DOC joint?
No, to be honest with you, not really. I didn't even know about DLC till after. This guy, the guy that got in the car accident, lost his voice, and then went back and did the knowledge. But back then, there wasn't YouTube to go look up stuff. You had to go actually pay for it. Which is a side note I want to put out there for people that are listening to this. We came up in an era where you didn't just get to like click and listen to thousands of songs. Right. You had to invest. Cam once said it a few times. You had to put money, a lot of money into it to find what you like. So you were going to buy some house. You're going to spend $20 and be pissed. Right.
Bro, I tell the story all the time. When I was at the record store and Diggable Planet's second album was out and Pete and CL's second album was out, and I was in college and I only had money to buy one. And I was like, I'm buying Pete and CL. Like, and that was just that. And because of that, I didn't hear that Diggable album for a while because nobody else in my crew was talking about it or anything like that. So like you said, we didn't have the YouTube era. We could just listen to everything. Or we didn't have Apple Music for $9.99. It was like, I got $20 and 2 CDs to buy. Like, which one am I gonna buy? Now high school kid would have boosted one. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to boost no more. So it's like, all right, well, I just hear Diggable when I hear Diggable. So great point.
And to take it a step further, I grew up in an era where you had to sit by the radio one day a week.
Right.
With the tape deck. And
get that
4 hours. That was it. 4 hours. You had a 4-hour span to catch whatever you was gonna catch on the radio and tape it. That's it. Oh, yeah.
Or you'd have to trade with your man. I never forget, me and my man Laura Cross, 7th grade, EPMD Strictly Business, Jungle Brothers Straight Out the Jungle. I was like, look, I'll buy Jungle Brothers, you buy EPMD, and in a week we'll trade. And in a week later, we both was like, nah, nigga, I'm keeping this shit. Nah, this shit is dope. And we was like, yo, it can't be doper than this. I'm like, nigga, it is. And so, but yes. Sean Terrain, who you got?
DOC, man. DOC. Hands down. Hands down.
I'm just like Jake. I'm not even up on it.
All right, no doubt. This is what kind of started it with Nas saying, "Yo, Eminem watched you on your own shit." Renegade. Who had the better verse, J or M?
Wow, man.
Who you going for? Where you going
for me?
I go J. Who you got, Vern?
I'm going J because. Jay, I'll just leave my reason later.
Trey?
I'm going M, and because Jay didn't get into the track like I wanted him to, and M, I mean, even though he had the cheat code, he made the track, he was in it. You know what I'm saying? That's really was the separating thing for me. So yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah, Eminem. So I thought the same thing. I thought Jay-Z tried to do what Eminem was doing instead of doing what he does on the track. He tried to change up his flow and get real technical bars and Eminem sound comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Jay kind of sound like he was trying to meet him where he was at instead of just being who he was. So I always thought M was better on that.
All right, bro, who you got?
Yo, man, I got M, man. I think one of the things that happened with that is when Nas said that, people thought like that maybe Jay's verses were whack, which they were not, but it didn't match M. To me, M was just comfortable and bad, floating. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I don't really remember a lot of Jay's verse. Not that it was bad, but the memorable stuff was M. He destroyed that. If he rapped like that on a lot of stuff that I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? I would look at him in an even higher light than I do. So I think M got him on that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Jake, what you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, and for the exact same reason as well, is that I still remember the lyrics from that verse. I don't remember Jay's lyrics. I remember a lot of Jay's lyrics from that album, but not from that song. So I got to go with Eminem on that.
All right, Sean Teray.
It's them, man. Just the energy and just more moments on the song. I love Jay's verse, but it was just much more notable and memorable moments from Eminem on that. So definitely.
All right, and Cam?
Yeah, I'd say M also. You know, Veg said it the best. You know, Jay-Z showed up not trying to be Jay-Z, and it didn't work out.
All right, no doubt. Rel, what was the last two you had before we...
Okay, I'm gonna do quick. Fourth Chamber off of the GZA album, and that's Ghost. That's Ghost, Killer Priest. Who else on that joint? RZA and the GZA.
I'm going GZA.
Okay, I saw a bad argument about this online, and I didn't get in it because they started to get personal. You know what I'm saying? But so you say the GZA?
I got GZA. Who you got, bro?
I got Killer Priest.
Okay.
I like how he's just set that joint up, his verse up. I judge wisely. It's enough and never surprised me. Lounging between two pillars of ivy. Man. Yeah, he was on another level on that joint. So I went with Killer Priest.
All right, Veg, who you got?
Killer Priest, man. That was like that nature joint, right? Like where you were banned from TV, looking at the names, you expect everybody else to be crazy. Then Killer Priest just came in with that verse, and I was just like, shit, I think this is the best verse. Ghost is probably next because I just love Ghost energy. I just love Ghost energy on that joint.
All right, Trey, who you got?
This is damn near sacrilegious, me personally, but I had to say Killer Priest. This I can't believe I'm uttering these motherfucking words. This is bullshit. This is utter bullshit because it should be GZA. Nah, that's fucked up, man. This is bullshit. But it gotta be Killer Priest, man. My God, yeah.
All right, bro, who you got?
Album pass.
All right, who you got?
I got Priest too, just because his rhymes are just so vivid. Like he put you there.
All right, Sean, who you got?
It's Priest, man. I just see the video. I see him spitting the verse, and it's the delivery. You know, even though it's like pauses in the flow, but it was so distinctive, and it matched his voice and his tone. So it's Priest, man, from the All
right, and who you got, Jake?
I like Ghost on this. Killer Priest got the killer verse for sure, and that was a time where I was really trying to be mentally strong, and it just kind of fit in with everything. But why is the sky blue? Why is water wet? Why did you get the moments while that? I say that to my kids, and they're like, "Well, how come I gotta go to bed?" I'm like, "Well, how come water's wet?" It just says what it is. Go do what I said, my own.
Stand up. Yeah.
That's a fact.
No doubt. And Rel, what was your second one?
Last one, off the Busta album, Flip Mode versus Def Squad. That was
remember that?
You don't remember that, John? It was
Jamal, I remember it, but I don't know if I remember the lyrics.
It was Jamal. it's Jamal.
On that one.
The Last Boy, of course, Last Boy Scout, Buster, Lord Have Mercy, Redman.
Word. I remember that joint.
Yeah, it was that John. I'm gonna leave that on the table. Then everybody go listen to that because that's a hard track. That's a hard track. Yeah,
Jamal was nice on that.
Jamal, and the last one I got.
I remember Jamal killing something on. I think I gotta listen to it now.
Yeah.
And then the last one I got is John Blaze. John Blaze, Fat Joe, Pun, Nas, and Ray. On that joint, I got Pun.
I gotta hear that again.
I was still shit on you. Is that song?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll throw that in braille. Just everybody go back, check that out.
I gotta hear that one again too.
Yo, Sean Teray, tell us a little bit about the new album, man.
Yo, we got the new album dropping, man. First of all, thank you again for the opportunity, man, to come on. But we're going to be dropping the album in a couple of months. We were originally going to do something through Fat Beats, but we're going to do it independently with distribution through them. And the album is called Melanin Magic, Melody in the Maker. And it's just a dedication to Black folk, man. We've been all over the planet right now. And, we just want to bring some music that celebrates our culture. I'm producing the entire album. Got some collaborations with MCs on it. Cam's mixing the album, as I mentioned before. We have Sadat X from Grand Nubian. We got Razcast on the album. We got Raph from Dirt Platoon. There's a lot of great features on the album, man. And man, I'm really excited about it. It's the first album I put out in a few weeks. I just felt like it was a good time to put something out. And man, it's just a great time to be an independent artist right now. So we're actually putting out singles, and we've brought the approach of putting out singles right now because no disrespect to the fan base out there, but people are just kind of focused on other things right now. And I feel like dropping an album right now, people just kind of listen to albums for 5 or 6 days. They don't get married to the album like we do, right? They don't spend time with the record. So we're releasing singles every couple of weeks and promoting the singles as if they're albums, just taking a creative and innovative approach. And then after that, we're going to drop the album in a couple of months, man. So it's been fun. I love this process of putting out a record because it gives us time to actually just connect more with certain songs and also to get people acquainted with the songs as well. So real exciting time period, man. Thank you again, Kill, and all the brothers on here. It's a great opportunity, man. And man, we're just really excited, man. Cam is, as I mentioned before.
We go back to 889. So this is all love, man. This is we should have had you on long before here. And just real quick, because when I invited you on the show, the first thing out your mouth was, "Can my DJ go?" And I was like just blown away by that. I was like, yo, yes. Cause I ain't met an MC with a DJ in over 30 years. So
That's dope.
That's dope. Younger MCs out here, why is a DJ important? Why do you have a DJ?
Yo, I mean the DJ is the first the DJ is the Imhotep of hip hop. They the record keeper, right? And when I say record keeper, I'm not just talking about like a record, but a record is it's recorded history. So think about the double entendre. It's a record, and then it's recorded. It's record, right? And so I just think the DJ is the most important element in our culture, man. The DJ will always be an essential piece to what I do. And then Cam just being a masterful sound engineer, man. Like, Kale, you were saying earlier, like as a producer, MC, I love making beats, but, mixing is not my strength. And, it's just great to have a wizard of sound on the squad, man. Somebody's going to bring out that energy. And also the fact that, like, having good energy, just working with people, being good people, right? Like, you want good energy when you're working with people. So it goes beyond just the talent and the gift that people have, but you want to work with good people, man. Cam's is awesome dude to work with. Yeah, man, we're just really excited about the record, and it's getting a really strong response right now. The single's called That Blackness. We dropped it on March the 12th. It's getting a lot of play right now. Big ups to all the college radio stations out there. And our next single we're gonna be dropping with Scott on it. We're happy about that. Rap from Dirk Tune. Man, we just gonna keep the ball rolling, man. God willing, man. We'll just be around and see what happens in a couple months.
All right, so where can they get it at? What's the website? What's the Bandcamp? What's all the information?
Word. Everything is at Sean Toure, SeanToure. You can go to the Instagram account and see the link there, and that'll take you to all the streaming services. We're looking to, so it's basically everywhere. It's on Bandcamp, Sean Toure Bandcamp as well. And of course, the streaming services. And we're going to be dropping some singles on vinyl. We're working out some deals right now with some of the singles and dropping them on 45. So we'll be dropping some information about that soon. If you go to my social media, you'll see a lot of publicity and ads and commercials about the songs. And man, thanks. It's good energy, man, and just thanks a lot, man.
No doubt. Trey, please tell them a little bit about Glory, the manuscript, everything that's going on with the album, everything you got cooking right now.
Thank you, man. Salute to you, Sean Toure, and salute to you, Cam, man, for doing, what you're doing, brother. We need that way to push the culture forward. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, salute to all MCs in here in Vegas, Jake Cuts, you know what I'm saying? Keep the pen pushing. That's what we do, man. You know what I mean? Glory. We dropped that album last July on my website. We dropped it commercially in November, end of November, early December of 2020, and we're continuing with the push of the album with the actual book, Glory, the manuscript, which is really the literary aspect of the album, where you can get a deeper dive into, the lyrical content of the records, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but then also the journal entries provide you with even more insight for each record that I did, you know what I'm saying? It's broken up into 12 chapters, which is the amount of songs that are actually on the album, produced entirely by my brother OJ's, man. Shout out to OJ's. He actually produced my last 2 albums, and he's from Baltimore as well, one of the illest young producers. Matter of fact, the illest young producer, out there that I know, you know what I'm saying? Because he has a knowledge of not only his demo and people that he grew up around and his generation, but then, he's working with a cat that's 20 years older than him, you know what I'm saying? So to be able to capture the sound that I'm looking for and implement, you know what I'm saying, the things that he brings to the table, man, it just made for a great marriage. So, and I'm really, really proud of this, the manuscript aspect of it. And it's similar, it's like reverse engineering of what you're doing, Toure, because people got it, short, attention spans nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So, it is very smart to give them one thing at a time. So my thing is I'm going to create an album, but I'm going to roll it out, that it extends for about a year, so it gives you time to really dig into it. And, you know what I'm saying, before you know what I mean, like to savor the flavor, if you will. So we're giving them the album, then we're giving you the book, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, we're going to give you the visual album, because we're in the process. I don't know if you see the green screen in the back, but we've already shot like 4 of the 12 videos. So we're going to roll out a visual album for Glory, Glory, the album, you know what I'm saying? And we'll probably drop that sometime late spring, early summer, you know what I'm saying? So now you have a full rollout of about 12 months of the same album, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
But it doesn't it's not a situation where you can just, and it's not one of those albums where you can just, digest it in like 2 weeks and then that's it. You know what I mean? How people consume music nowadays. And, and it also is directed to a certain demographic, which I hope spills over, but I understand the audience that we're directing it to. So it's just basically providing them with a different approach. So there you have it. Glory, the album, on all streaming platforms. Glory, the manuscript, is available on TracyLeeMusic.com. That's TracyLee music.com. Also, there is merch attached. I got on one of my pieces right now. I don't know if y'all can see, you know what I'm saying, but this is like a zip up John. I got the hoodies, I got the sweatshirts, all of that stuff, t-shirts, everything else, all of it, you know what I'm saying, a part of the rollout and a part of the push, and everything is on TracyLeeMusic.com.
Yep. And then Trey and I also are still doing some pop-up apps of Apartment 5B, where he is gonna be given, if people don't know, Trey's an entertainment lawyer. if folk out there who are trying to get into the business don't know, lawyers cost a lot of money. What Trey is going to be doing is I'm taking one question from each person and he'll be answering those questions. And this is the way of giving back to hip hop, giving back to the culture. For people who don't know, Trey gave producers the opportunity to remix his first single, Sheesh. And then him and Young Guru, y'all were on IG for like 4 hours. Like they broke down, they gave constructive criticism to each producer. There's about 50, 60 producers who signed up with us to do that. So just giving back to the culture. So, you got that.
And I'm glad I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm glad you brought that up because that is a part of, the whole movement. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of everything that we, again, and that's why I gave all of these brothers shout outs in the beginning because this is a part of what we need to do, with regards to pushing the culture forward. It's about sharing the information. It's about, prepping these young cats that's trying to get in this game that really a lot of people are charging you an arm and a leg for the game, which I think is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never subscribe to the game is to be sold, not to be told. You don't move forward in that manner. You know what I'm saying? You got to share the information in order to make sure that these youngers are well equipped. And that's, what Killers is talking about is exactly what we're attempting to do. You know what I mean? Give advice, like live and direct, and not pull punches with the shit. I done seen it all. I done did it all. You know what I'm saying? But it serves no purpose if I hoard the information. So that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to share the information.
Yep. And again, it's funny how. What's up?
You can't just not talk about how you did one of those remixes and how Guru and Trey said it was one of the dopest ones that was submitted. So good looking. You need some beats. Holler at that man right there.
Facts.
Good looking.
Absolutely.
Good looking.
Trap was hard, and shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and y'all killed this verse on that joint too. What was I gonna say? Also, like I said, Trey's a lawyer. Some people may need, a lawyer. It's funny how things work together. Talking with Trey, I didn't even realize he represents RJ Payne. I just did a track with RJ Payne. So again, it's just funny how all those things just connect together like that. Again, I'm hustling my man's book, Ear Hustling Out Here by my man Briz, earhustlingmedia.com for all the producers out there who need to figure out Pro Tools, I've had Pro Tools since 2009 and still don't have one plugin. I don't even know what the fuck a plugin is. I literally, you send me the vocals, I'm just playing with some figures. Like, I'm telling you, I'm very basic. Because the truth be told, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like Sean Teray said, the fun part for me is making the music. I do not, when you have to mix something, you got to listen to something for 10, 13, 14 different times, and by the time you finish mixing the album, you hate the album because you done heard it 50 times. So I don't want to be part of that process, but we're putting a part that we have to be. So definitely a good book to check out, earhustlingmedia.com. I had a real quick question. What's up?
Don't say that too loud around Cam. I gotta get him to finish the rest of my album, man. So
you're right. But here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing about people playing their position. When you play your position, the engineers love that. You see what I'm saying? I've never run across an engineer who's like, man, I'm so sick of listening to this is what they love doing. Whereas an engineer, you give them all the records, it's gonna be like, I don't got time to go through all these records. This is like shopping. You know what I mean? It's like shopping at a flea market or something. So when you're in your ministry, you're able to do what you gotta do. It's when you're forced to be somewhere where you don't want to be, doing something you don't want to do, that things get shortchanged because you don't want to really do it. Real quick question before I go. I know I've kept y'all. The 4 MCs, Trey, Vegas, Sean Teray, and Jay. Early on, Sean Teray, you said something where it was like, yo, I heard the Crooklyn beat, and it was like, that's a beat I wish I made. I've always wanted this from MC, just off the top. No heavy thinking, no long explanation. Have you ever heard a rhyme that made you just want to rip up your rhyme book? Like, I'm done. I'm just finished. Yep. I'm not rhyming no more. And what was that rhyme? Like, Sean Teray, I see you already know. So what's yours? Yeah.
Black Thought, No Alibi.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Can I answer too? Cause I was once a rapper at one point in my life. I was once a rapper. This, I don't know if a lot of people heard this, but Lupe Fiasco's Murals. If you ever listen to that, I was like, yo, I could have came like that. That's a masterpiece of lyricism. That whole track. So if you ain't heard it, listen to it. So that was the one I was like, man, I wish I could have, did that.
All right. Trey, Vegas, have y'all ever had that moment? Maybe y'all never had the moment. I was just wondering. I know as a producer, when I first started hearing Dilla back in like 97, 98, I just wanted to be like, why am I even still doing this? Like, I might as well just throw the ASR out the window because this nigga Dilla is doing some things that I'm just like, to this day, I like, if y'all came over here and was like, here's the record, I could probably recreate you damn near any hip hop beat you want except Dilla. Like, I'm not even, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to end. So for me, it was always Dilla. Like, it was like, okay, I'm just ready to just call it a day, whatever. But Trey, have y'all ever had that feeling or?
What'd you say, Vague?
I don't know, because I think for me, I get inspired by like really dope verses. So I never feel like I want to stop. I feel like, damn, like if I was on that track with them, what would I say to match them or surpass them? But okay. I think when I first heard Nas' verse on Eye for an Eye, I was like, I can't be around this nigga and kick my little raps because.
Right, and again, for some background on Vague. On some background on Vague, Vague's cousin is Ill Will. So he grew up in Queensbridge with Nas. He knows Nas. You know what I mean? So that's what he was saying early on when he first heard Illmatic. Like, it was hard for him to listen to because he knew Nas. Yeah. So, like that. So.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn.
I mean, I apologize. I know you're from Brooklyn. I'm just saying, no disrespect. Yeah. No disrespect to the county of Kings. No disrespect to Brooklyn. Never. What about you, Trey?
I felt like when I heard that verse, I was just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like, yo, I didn't know rap could just get better, like lyrically, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already had a bunch of classics and shit like that, so I felt like the peak was reached with a number of MCs, but when I heard something like that and I felt like he was getting better than he already was, I was just like, oh shit. Let me keep my little bars to myself and not say nothing yet. Get my shit right before I start telling people I rhyme.
Right. What about you, Trey?
I honestly, I'm like Vague, man. I'm like Vague. Like, it's a lot of MCs that inspire me, but to actually, like, I mean, really inspire me.
I didn't mean like you really stopped rhyming, like you quit. No. Like you heard something, you was like, I'm done. Why?
I mean, okay. So if we putting it in that context, again, I've been inspired by a lot. You know what I'm saying? Inspired. Never wanted to rip up nothing. I always wanted to get at them. Like, I'm a competitor. So I played sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you the best, I want to go against the best. If they call you the best, so I got to really go back to the 80s because a lot of the cats that we talk about, Nas, Big, and they're really my contemporaries. So it's just like that was essentially my class. So I never looked at, and no disrespect, but I never thought of them as the cats that was like, oh my God, I need to. But I got to go back to the 80s. Like, I guess when I first heard, I mean, LL's my idol, right? But but back then I wanted to kind of be like him. Rakim is the one I was like, okay, what is really going on here? Like, this shit is shifting. This shit is shifting in a way that I don't understand. Like, when this nigga said, you know, as the earth gets smaller and smaller away, planets are smaller. I mean, as the earth gets further and further away, planets are smaller than balls of clay, straight into the Milky Way, world's out of sight, or the I can see, not even a satellite. I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
Now stop and turn around and look, and as you're staring in darkness, your knowledge is shook. You keep staring. Soon you suddenly see a star. Better follow it, because it's the awe. Nigga, I mean, that shit was like, there's no fun, like this, and that, again, the culture is shifting now. It's away from this braggadocio, but it's so scientific that the average motherfucker is just like, nah, that's some outer worldly shit. It had to be that. It had to be that just shifted my whole shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And what about you, Jake?
Yeah, when Eminem really first came out, I was getting by a lot on just being pretty good for being white. You know what I mean? People were like, he's actually pretty good for a white guy. You know? And then he came out with he had a single before he was, I don't know what he was like, not he was like an Outsiders kind of, but he had a he had a son, this dude Scam, who I don't know what happened to him, but it was a raucous thing, and his verse on that was just so stupid. It was just like, you're getting spun backwards like every word of obscene cursing on my B-side of the first single with the clean version. I'll take it back before we knew each other's name. I'll run an ultrasound, snatch you out your mother's frame. I'll take it further back than that, back to Lover's Lanes, the night you first thought of, and cock block your father's game. All right, I'm gonna stop. I actually stop smoking weed before I write rhymes after that. I gotta sit down. There's a formula to this. I gotta come up with it. You know what I mean?
We gotta do an MC show and get y'all back on, because I'm intrigued by shit I can't do. I've tried the MC. I'm not good at it. T won't allow me to do it anymore. She's like, nigga, you sound like Curtis Blow. You still rap like it's 1986. Like, exactly. Like, you know, literally. Like, and I'm just like, fine. So I'm intrigued. So, you know, Trey, just like you were saying with sports, it's kind of like, I'm just intrigued. And again, I don't want nobody to give up their secrets. But one thing, like I said, with Apartment 5B in this year, I've always wanted this to be a teaching tool. So I wanted to really be a teaching tool for younger MCs and MCs who are even old, who may not know. I don't want y'all to give like Eddie and Boomerang. I don't want the secret to your salmon sauce. But, you know, I want to know, like, how do you, for instance, if you're not nice in your left hand, then here are the drills that can help you get nicer with that. You know, if you're 12-foot jump shot, like, there are drills that you can go to as an athlete to get better. I'm always intrigued by, what do you do? Where do you go to get better as an MC? Like, man, you said, and again, Trey, you don't gotta give it to me now. Because
no, I won't. But I would just say this: it's not, because you alluded to the whole secret sauce shit. It ain't even like, I could give you the formula, I could give you the secret, but it's about the execution. A lot of motherfuckers, I don't care how much jewels I give you, there's just certain motherfuckers that just ain't gonna be able to execute. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can get all the books and listen to all the shit you want. It's about the execution, and certain people got it and certain people don't. It's just that simple.
All right, because we gonna bring y'all back, because I got a million questions. Like, one of the ones that y'all can think about, y'all can just think about this, maybe y'all already know. I'm always intrigued at, how do MCs get better? So for instance, you look at Phife on People's Instinctive, then you look at Phife on Low End Theory. It's like, the first time I'm like, yo, why is Boy even here? But then by the second album, Butter is my favorite song. Like, how did you go from being a subpar MC to now having my favorite song? I think the Roots and Tribe follow a similar lineage with me, because I wasn't a big fan of Do You Want More. Same way I wasn't a big fan of People's Instinctives, but then I love Low End and I love Illadelph. Same thing with Illadelph. Malik went from, I can make a nerd say he's superb. Like, to me, Malik B was like, why are you even here, bruh? To the next album, my favorite song is No Great Pretender. Like, you know what I mean? My favorite Roots song is a song that Black Thought ain't even on. Like, how do you get better? Like, so that's just something, like, questions like that I'll be asking.
I would love that. That sounds like a intriguing conversation.
Because everybody does it a different way. Like, usually when MCs come over, I do this video, like, how do you write your rhymes? And it's so funny because every MC, every poet, every singer has a different formula. Like, no one's ever come over and has said the same exact thing. Everybody has a totally different process, and I find that so intriguing, because you know I can't. You know what,
Bill? I definitely, from the cast that's in here, you know what I'm saying, I'm interested in how you, because I know, you know, just sitting with and collaborating with other MCs, you always notice that the process is always different. You know what I'm saying? Like how you go about sitting around, you know what I'm saying, and formulating whatever it is when you hear the track or whatever. Or sometimes, you know, you may not want to hear the track. You may just need to walk out somewhere and look at some shit and then come back and you got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's always interesting to me to hear.
I'm definitely bringing y'all back, because now my mind is racing, because Vern just started rapping again. He got out in Atlanta. It may be different, and I want to know how he's rapping at his age now. Trey, how you're still rapping. you know, what is different from Brooklyn, Vegas being in Brooklyn? Does your where you rhyme at, does it matter? Like, Vegas, was it harder for you to write rhymes in Brooklyn, at Morgan, or now in New Jersey? You know, like,
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, and see, the crazy thing is, then I've heard other people say it does matter. I have people who are like, yo, I live in the suburbs of Philly, but I got to go back down north. I got to go back down North Philly to my old neighborhood to write my rhymes. Like, so, but that's what I mean by everybody's different. Vegas like, yo, it don't matter where you put me at, I'm good. You know, it is another MC that's like, nah, I can't write rhymes out here. It's goddamn birds chirping. Like, I need to be in my element, you know? So that's why I'm intrigued by it. But what you gonna say, babe?
Yeah, well, one, I want to make a comment, bro, what you said. Like, homie's like, yo, I gotta go get shot at. So then I gotta write these bars. Like, you're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, right about that shit. But you know what's funny? One thing I just wanted to add to that real quick, because it happened to me. Like, I did an interview on Strictly Hip Hop. I don't know why the fuck they was interviewing me when I've been a host for years and shit. But they wanted to interview me because, you know, I think me and you had a project out. And one of the hosts, he just knew what I was going to say and didn't realize that, you know, different MCs have different methods. He was like, yo, Vegas, yo, when you go in the studio, you know, say what you like to smoke, what you like to drink. And I was like, nigga, water? Like, what the like, I don't be like, hold up. You shoot up and shit. Now I'm ready. Like, I was like, nigga, I drink water. My shit sound boring.
Right.
You get nice orange juice, like I said.
So again, you know, I'm always interested, because by me writing scripts, whenever I get writer's block, Rakim once said, if he gets writer's block, he just goes out and lives some more. You know what I mean? So whenever I get writer's block, I go to the most hood Popeyes in Southeast DC on Martin Luther King Avenue in Southeast, and I get something to eat, and I sit in there for 3 hours and I eat my food, and I just air hustle. And by the time I leave that Popeyes, I've got characters, I've got new phrase. I done heard so much shit in that hood Popeyes in 3 hours that I'm like, yo, I just pack up and I'm like, good, okay, just finish that one.
And Kill, and going back to what you alluded to in the beginning when you were saying we start having the conversation about giving away the secret sauce, you can do that. If you tell us the same script writer to try to do that shit, you won't get it, because that ain't his twist. You see what I'm saying? Right. So even though that's the secret sauce, you can give it to him, but he ain't gonna get the same thing out of it that you do. You know what I mean?
All right, bet. I'm on it. We're gonna call this MC 101, and we gonna bring back all of y'all, and we're gonna talk about the art of MCing and everything like this. Maybe even turn it into a series. I think that would be dope.
No, that's hot. I love it.
You know?
Actually, that's golden. That's so golden. You don't even know what you got with that one. That's crazy.
So we definitely gonna put that one on the map. Vern, give them all the information. If you're looking for a house in ATL, that's the closer right there. That's who you need to get at.
First of all, my team has won 7 games in a row once they got rid of that raggedy coach from Philly.
Thank you. I'm so happy you didn't like Lloyd Pierce. So
yeah, man. So shout out to Nate Dogg and the Atlanta Hawks. But anyway, at V the Lone Closer on Instagram and V Chandler 10 on Twitter.
All right, no doubt. Vay, give them everything, good brother.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Clubhouse at Vegas World INC. And you can check out my weekly podcast, Hip Hop Now podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, and like I said, me and Vega cooking up right now. We put up the bat signal. Last week I was in the studio. I probably made 10 beats in like a weekend, which I've never done in forever. You know what I mean? So our next project is coming, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Trey, real quick again, where can they get at you? Twitter, IG, everything.
IG is at Tracy Lee ESQ, TracyLeeESQ. Twitter is at Trey Lee, TRAYLEE. And again, all music, merch, and Glory the Manuscript at TracyLeeMusic.com, TraCeylee music.com.
All right, bro, where can they get at you, good brother? You on mute.
My fault. Instagram, Uptown J Ben. My clothing line on Instagram, Fair Grade. That's what I got on right now. 5. And I'm back on. I got my creative juices flowing, so I'm back. You know, doing my thing. So I'll be dropping something pretty soon. So.
Oh, you rhyming?
Yeah.
What?
I've been around my whole life, man. I just, you know, so I got something for you. Don't worry about it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Jake, what's up, man? Where can they? If you need a fresh cut, this is my guy, one of the illest barbers up in the whole Boston area. If you're ever in Boston, you need a cut, this is the guy to go to. Jake, tell them where they can get at you, man.
Yeah, Instagram and Twitter is at Jake_cuts_fresh, just like my name on the screen here. JakeCutsFresh.com. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I have a podcast just dedicated to helping barbers get better, educate and motivate. So, kind of like Tracy Lee was saying, it's for free. It's information I've gained over like 20 years behind the chair, and I'm just sharing it, trying to help people get inside a career that's changed my life. Also, like Rel just got back in the studio for the first time in 10 years, man, and it was
this is beautiful, man. Everybody's laughing again.
It's scary, bro. For me, it was.
It felt so much like myself. Even everybody, the whole week after, was saying there's something different about you. Like the old Jake is back. You know, it's very different. So anyway, but JakeCutsFresh.com is where we can find everything. I'm good. Right. Appreciate you having me on.
Man, come on. This is anytime. Sean Teray, give them everything. Where can they follow you, get at you, get the single, get everything?
Word. Once again, it's Sean Toure, SEANTOURE. You can go to all the social media outlets, Twitter, you know all of them. They're all on there. And again, thank you to everybody out there that's been streaming and downloading the new single. And thank you again, Kill. And much love to all the brothers on the call here, man. It's been awesome.
No doubt. And Cam, where can they get at you, good brother?
They can get at me at Mystery is Music on any of the platforms and mysteryismusic.com.
All right. You already know what it is. Kill889, Twitter, IG, we'll make beats for food.com. Again, we're sponsored by So What's the Scenario Game. Rel, tell them again, man. This game, we had a ball playing this game now. And we only played. There's two different ways to play it. We just played the online way that you can play if you're not in the same room with people because of everything right now. But then there's a whole nother way that you can play that's even doper. Like if you actually have friends over, you have family over, things like that. Very dope game. SoWhatGames.com. Use a promo code Apartment5B. You get free shipping. Yo, good looking out, y'all. I can't wait to get this RDM scene off the ground. I'm going to check y'all next week, y'all.